Yo, why the fuck is he up, nigga? Yo, I was so annoyed at this nigga. Like he did something to me. I'm like, why is he fucking streaming? Yo. What the fuck is he doing?
Yo.
He up this late bothering people. Like, that's all I could think. Like, he just bothering people.
So, yo, I would have never went to sleep after that. I'd have been so pissed. Okay?
Yo, I'm like, this nigga always doing something, man. Yo, motherfucking, did y'all watch that shit on Netflix?
What?
His and Hers is called.
Oh no.
Yo, it was a pretty good show to the end. And then it was just more nonsense at the end. It was hilarious, but it messed up the whole show. The show premise was fire. And the end just fucked the whole thing up. I'm like, yeah, this shit trash. Shit trash.
His and Hers. It's a comedy or what is it?
Nah, it's cool. It's with the hey, I don't know where y'all would know the guy from. Did y'all ever watch The Walking Dead or nah?
Yeah,
when it first came out,
a little bit.
The best friend cop that was having sex with his wife, and then Rick came back. Remember, like his best friend. Man, what movies he been in? He was in a Goth? He been in mad movies though, but I can't remember one of his biggest roles. And then the girl from Creed, the one she can't hear, the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lazi, not Zazie Beats, but the other girl. She played in I know her face, but I can't think of her name. She played in the Thor movies, and she played in Westworld. Oh yeah, he was the Punisher on the series Punisher. Remember the one that came out from Marvel? Yeah, I know you're talking about now. Yeah, the Hispanic looking.
Yeah. I like it. I like his acting. And her, I'm trying to figure out, is she pretty? Nah, right?
Nah, the girl from the Creed girl.
She like kind of pretty, right?
Yeah, she's straight. She's not super duper pretty. You think Zazie Beats is the fine one, but she don't take showers.
What you mean?
She says she don't believe in bathing every day.
Why? Yeah. Why?
I don't know. I think she mixed though. I think she like part white, so that's probably got a big part to do with it.
You talking about Tessa Thompson?
Yeah, Tessa Thompson, who we talking about, Aaron. Yeah. Tessa Thompson is the one from Creed and what's her name? Yeah, that's Tessa Thompson.
Yeah, I think she's pretty.
Oh no, it was a bad angle. I was watching the show. I'm like, that's a bad angle. I guess if you pretty, you don't got a bad angle, right? That's how that works, right?
Nah, everybody, and you get a freeze frame. Yeah. Everybody look wild, bro. Anybody can look wild in a freeze frame.
No, 100% like somebody freeze at the wrong time.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about
for the most part. No, yeah, you're right. If she's fine, if she's bad, it's like nah, you
can't
all her angles, good angles.
Yeah, if she just sit looking straight, you ain't no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
Yo, is it a red flag if her picture's always like this?
You know it is. If it's only shoulders up.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
What you think below the shoulders?
A lot.
Farm animal.
You say a farm animal? So, Mr. Fantastic, keep it tall. What is your saying? Because every time I say you got to be 280 to get crazy, you say I say it wrong.
Yeah.
What?
If she ain't 180, she ain't a lady. And then you got to be 2-something to do something. So you kind of remix the both together, brother. 280 is kind of outrageous, brother.
Perfect. Brother.
Like, share, subscribe, tell her for the Go ahead.
Y'all know I got a bad back. My back can't take no 280, brother. I like to pick them up. You know what I'm saying? The bitch a bitch over 180, you pick her up, nigga. She is out of there. Okay, she's out of her mind.
She mind blown.
Most niggas ain't doing that.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live. where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Run, it's a stampede! DJ HAMP, the stampede. DJ HAMP, the stampede.
Shout out to the 49ers. Injury plagued, we still got it done. Seattle Seahawks, y'all are on the clock. Every bird is going down this playoff. Eagles fans, y'all don't got no heart, man. That's why we beat y'all ass. Your team does not have any heart. Jalen Hurts is on the spectrum. AJ complaining about getting the ball and then drops the dig route. Y'all don't got no heart, man. Y'all don't got no fucking heart, B.
They killing AJ Brown, bro. Everybody killing AJ Brown. That shit come back to haunt you when you talk all that get me the ball shit. And the most important motherfucking play, bro.
Yeah. He dropped the dig. Perfect ball. He'd still be running. But his sorry ass dropped the ball after yelling at his coach. Aaron called me during the game, sent him a voicemail. Granny called me, sent him the voicemail. He said, "Ham, that was a good play." I said, "Listen, we stay humble over here. We ain't yelling and screaming." Aaron, you straight?
Hit that like button right now. Tell a friend.
Yo, man, let me see you in the chat real quick and we get it popping, man. Hit the like button, man. Fishing the fit. Brethren, what's popping? GA in the building. E-Dub in the building. Mike Brown, salute. Jones, what's popping? AC, salute. Vet Life in the building. D Majesty, good morning. Imperial, good morning. Riri, excuse me. What's popping? Mr. Williams, salute. I got Vet Life already. DJ Stroud in the building. SPS in the building. Please go like, share, and subscribe if you don't mind. The brother be putting in great work over there. Ori was shaking. My young OG Uno in the building. What up, Cuzzo? Good to see you, man. Cali Bev, salute. Salt in the building, putting in work. OG Black America in the building. Tiff was popping. Salute to Tiff. She getting her page up. Once I think it's good enough, we'll start promoting it. Right now, she been bullshitting, man. Know what I mean? Salute to Tiff in the building. Bino, SPS, salute. Homeboy, Shalom, what's good? Cali, salute. My brother Hall of Fame James, D-Iro in the building. K was popping. Dr. G putting in work. That's always a blessing. Black Seinfeld, salute. My G, I ain't seen him up for Sundays. Hope all is well. Quincy, good morning. Salute, man. Thanos in the building. Mel, you already know. Glock Purdy. Black America. Oh, I got Black America already. I got Vet Life. I got Curly Scholar. What up? You already, man. Salute to the Niners, man. I went out to Levi. Levi's pretty nice, man. Let me see. What we got? Aaron with the $2 says, Pats Nation is all that matters. Yeah, man. The Pats look good, man. It was tight for a little bit. Trey, what up?
Wow.
Trey in the building with the $5. Hey, yo, chill on my Eagles. Good game. Fuck, we lost. Yeah, man. Nah, it was a hell of a game. All the games been pretty good. I ain't gonna hold you. Fo, what up?
Wow.
Fo in the building. If you need your own tunes, please reach out to Fo directly. You can also hit me up. I'll get you in touch, man. Know what I mean? Ron, what up? Heather, good morning. Metaphysical, what's popping? Good to see you. Will, what up? NTAT in the building. Salute. Miss Jilly, make sure you say what's up to Miss Jilly in the chat, please. DJ Smoke, what's goody? Zagu in the building. Love C. Salute. Hit the like button. Let's get it, man. Everybody feeling good? Put a 1 in the chat if you feeling good. Let's make sure I got the stream set up correctly. Let's set the goal real quick. See if we can meet this goal in the next couple of hours. Let me do that. Hit the like button, please. So the 200 people in the building. Let's hit the like button if you can right now. That helps the channel the most, man. Let's get it. Yo, so one thing I've been looking at, man, is these cameras, these cameras, and it's like they give us a false sense of everything almost. So I'm looking at, they give us a false sense of like safety, protection, false sense of self. They add to the delusion, right? Crime, even though it's not in direct proximity, it seems like it's right in your face, because before it was the newspaper, it was a local news report. Now it's people getting shot dead from everywhere, every which way, and it's right in front of you. It'll have you thinking a thing that's simply untrue, right? But it's propagandized, because if it bleeds, it leads. Now, 10 times what it was. If you ever watch a movie called Nightcrawler, it's pretty interesting. When they used to have those guys, you literally go to crime scenes and car crashes to get the film to sell it to the different news stations so they can leave with that story. Now we all got 4K cameras in our hands, but these cameras just allow us to just kind of watch things happen right before our eyes. But even more so, we think people that are having these roses and bubbles relationships that are just emphatically untrue. I was looking at the Scots, we covered a little bit yesterday. I think I looked at her page. Her name is Christy Scott. Well, she got a different last name up there, but 5 million subscribers. They did family content, and they getting divorced after 12 years.
Fantastic was right. All you married niggas.
What?
I fucking told you.
What?
Everything is fucking good. Every marriage is good till it ain't. I keep telling you niggas this shit. So when y'all try to use marriages like the superiority thing, that's why I be laughing at you niggas.
Wait, what? Wait, what you saying?
Every marriage is good until it's not, bro. Marriage is something that you cannot guarantee, because it's two independent individuals that are autonomous, that have the choice to leave at any given time, no matter how good, no matter how bad, or whatever, so on and so forth. We keep doing it, and then again, society as a whole is moving away from the concept of marriage. Because we're connected to it, and we had mamas and dads, and we came from an era to where that was the norm, and then we had grandmas and granddads, and and then great grandma and great granddaddy.
Mm-hmm.
We are holding on to that because we actually witnessed it. You're 2 generations removed, or a generation and a half removed, to where that's no longer the standard. When you drop down from 80 plus, I think the average American average of marriage, especially we talking like 50, 60 years ago, was well over 70%, to now I think we're right at 50. You got to think of the implications that's going to have, long term, because now that means you reduced only half of the population to even being exposed to that.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. You got a point. I grew up seeing 80-90% of the people in my family married, and they all still married today.
Yeah,
that's 2 generations ago when I was a kid. 40 something, right? So my single digits, that's when I'm seeing that as a kid, but that's 2 generations ago. You got a point.
Yeah, no, I know, man. I'm really good at these things. I've been saying this for quite some time, just like the stuff we say about the most the richest men are the married men. Yeah, because we're going off of a whole data point of where that was the standard. When the richest man, the first trillionaire to ever live, is a 8-time baby daddy or whatever it is, and he never get married again. Elon Musk ain't you can add up I don't know how many billionaires and not get Elon Musk's fucking what's the name, right? And I think Elon's a lot younger than Bezos and Bill Gates, right? He's substantially younger than those two. So even Elon is a representation of how people look at relationships and marriage and all these different things. Again, it's hard for people to shift, to have a paradigm shift that huge, but it's slowly, if you're paying attention to it, that's what's happening.
So, okay, so what do you say about the 50% divorce rate?
50% overall?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you gave women the choice, and women are no longer totally dependent upon the men or whatever. And most women want the wedding; they don't want marriage. Marriage is a job. Any man that's ever been married tell you marriage is a job. Marriage is monotony, and it goes against everything that a woman is about. A woman is about spontaneity. A woman is about feeling good. A woman is about my happiness, right? My happiness first, right? That, and again, I'm not saying that as a negative thing. That's just the way of a woman. Once you understand that, you don't fault women and you don't hate women for being women. You just understand them. But because society has been conditioned to, oh well, that's misogynistic. No, it's not misogynistic, brother. It's just true. And I'm brave enough and I can see it. What I'm talking about. So I mean, women have the choice to jump ship at any time, and especially if she's anything of attractive, it's always gonna be some other dude laying around to pick her up.
Okay, I guess I'm just asking. Like 50% of people are staying married.
Yeah, 50. That's half though. I mean, that's decent. But if you we got to go back and see what changed between 40, 50 years ago to now.
Yeah, no fault divorce. People feminism. Are able to feminism. Yeah, and feminism is. Here's the interesting thing about feminism: it only works if the males agree. Like literally, the males have to put everything in place for feminism to be successful.
Yeah.
So, and then the fact that wages seem to be similar, right? At least that's the thought, right? So we don't depend on people like each other, I guess, as much anymore. I saw a stat, Mr. Fantastic, said black marriage was up a few ticks.
It might be up a couple of percentages, but if it is, we know who and why it is.
What is it?
Black men, black men, and you got to think too. I think the interracial marriage rate for black men has increased. If Prime he keep up with this because he a part of the gang. I think it's somewhere like 3 to 5% since like 2020.
Black men. Oh, you're saying they credit black marriage because a black person is married.
Yeah, black marriage is a black person. It's not black men or black women. And we know, again, black women are married the least, have the highest divorce rate. The only demographic, man or woman or race or whatever, that have a higher divorce rate than marriage rate. So the increase of men, and then men control marriage, right? So a lot of those marriages are black men marrying out to other groups of women.
That's what that is. Let's take a look at this. So these people seem to be pretty popular. My brother Mel in the chat said he didn't see this coming. Mel, can you expound on that thought a little bit? Because I don't know much about them, but people were like, from what I saw, was surprised by this. A whole lot of people covered this.
Thumbs up. Now, fans cannot believe Scott is leaving her husband allegedly for cheating on her, and fans are in disbelief. Now, before we get into this video, hey beautiful, welcome to Latest Global Trends. If you are new here, welcome. Kindly subscribe, click on the post notification, and please do give this video a thumbs up. Now, fans cannot believe the couple that they thought was perfect is headed for a divorce simply because it has been alleged that Desmond Scott was cheating on his wife. According from news outlets, the Scotts are done with Christie filing for divorce from his strange husband, Desmond Scott. TMZ has revealed that they have obtained the court documents where it cites that Christie is the one who is filing for a divorce simply because Desmond Scott was allegedly unfaithful to his wife. The paperwork says the couple will soon stop living together as husband and wife, and they met at 14 and then tied the knot years later in 2014 and shared 2 sons. Now, this is a couple that was loved by a lot of people. A lot of people are literally in disbelief. They cannot believe it because they used to see these people as the most perfect couple simply because of their content that they shared on social media, pranks, all those videos that they've been doing together as family. And they also have a business together, and they recently built their dream home. So this is very, very shocking. But some people are saying that the signs were actually there because they could tell in some videos. They are alleging that Desmond seemed to be very uncomfortable, while his soon-to-be ex-wife, Christy, was the one who was enjoying the content more than her husband. The split will likely blindside fans since the two built their brand on joint content, packed with family chaos, design and renovation projects, and pranks video, though the last time she posted him on TikTok was back in early December 2025. So people are now reacting to this, saying that these can't be true. They don't want it to be true because they believe this is one of the best, couple on social media, because of their content. And some people are just saying that, listen, some people don't live the same life off of camera. Now, let's take a look at some of the comments from the fans. Somebody said, all the social media couples are fake in love. It's all for clicks and likes. And only time we find out is when the woman is finally tired of being treated bad. Shaking my head, don't believe everything you see, folks. And another person had this to say about this very sad situation. We are collectively traumatized by this one. It's not about social media couples. It's about real couples displaying representation. We deserve to see a healthy Black family. This is a shame. Another person had this to say. They wrote, I've never been so disappointed. I'm for real sad. I thought he loved her for real. I am sad. I honestly never saw this coming. Another one said, I don't ever idolize relationships I see online, but this is definitely one I never seen coming. I feel bad for them now.
It's fantastic. I just had a notion. Back like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago, it was about the disposition that comes with a woman who's trying to climb the corporate ladder, right? The ones who highly educated seemingly try to tout that as a reason why they should not deal with a man. All those talking points. I think that one has been a little bit displaced by this. And I need to run this down maybe on the POV a little bit more. But women with this type of motion, essentially, or the social media clout and praise, is arguably probably the most problematic.
Oh, hands down. Hands down.
Over the degreed woman and such. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hands down. Because attention is woman's preferred form of currency. We all know this. Attention, constant 24/7 attention, praise, admiration, all these things that a woman fucking lives off of, bro. She's getting it around the clock. And then your life being an open book as to where you're sharing everything, right? That's why, I think you don't have outside of like famous people, of course. It's really hard to be a generic content creator as a man. That's why you see some of the biggest profiles outside of just fame or whatever, you feel me, being women. Because it's all about attention. Hey, I'm gonna show my body off. I'm gonna do some of that. People are gonna follow women a lot easier anyway. So yeah, that's a major part.
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking of it. Like how do we assess the social media clout or clout chase? Now it seems like they were together for a long time. And they seem like they kind of built this thing together. And that's how we say things that last should be done, essentially. Now, here's the fly part. They were married for 12 years, I think it said.
10.
10?
I just looked at 10.
So they made it 5 more years than most people, right? Which is kind of crazy, which is a damn shame. But seems like it works until it doesn't. I guess the other conversation that's obvious is, should she leave and potentially break all that stuff down because he cheated? I don't know if it's perpetual or what.
Well, I'm looking at the thing, I guess the statement he put out. So he's saying
you share
face challenge. Oh, let me share it. This was an Instagram post or something. Hold on, let me share it. Like I said, but I don't know who these people are. Let me make it larger. Hold on. Here we go. I want to begin by apologizing to Christy, our family, and everyone who has been impacted by the public attention surrounding this situation. I know this news has been disappointing for many, and I'm truly sorry for the hurt it has caused. Christy is the mother of my children, and that will always come first. I remain fully committed to being an active, present, and loving parent to our boys, as I have always been. Christy and I faced challenges and made sincere efforts to work through them towards the end of 2025. This nigga horrible with fucking what's name. I wanted to separate, and I had conversations with Christy regarding this. During this period, I made choices that I'm not proud of. I took responsibility for those actions. I shared this with her directly and personally, and ultimately we decided to divorce. I asked for privacy and compassion as we navigate this difficult chapter of our lives. Thank you to everyone who has supported us over the years. I'm grateful for that support and will continue sharing my love for cooking and the things that inspired me. I hope you'll continue that journey with me.
Okay, so he said they separated, and that's when he did it.
Yeah, he wanted to get a separation or whatever, and he got some pussy on the side once he said he was, he wanted to do something different. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. He could have left that part out. Like, that's the one thing. Leave that shit out, because if he's trying to say, yo, I take full responsibility, just take it then. Pause. Don't tell me, yo, you talk to her about separating, and then just if you're gonna take responsibility, just take the responsibility. I'm just saying, don't add in that caveat to make it blurry, like you let her know that you didn't want to be with her and all that. Like, if you got that first paragraph and you start talking about family and kids, just stay that. Just say that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know what she's saying on the other side. Nah, I disagree. I think that's what's happened so long, and why the narrative gets to be built as to where all men are cheaters and men just do anything and so on and so forth. Mm-hmm. I think it's important that he gives the context of where he went to her about his unhappiness, and either she was unwilling or they were unable to figure out a way. So for 10 years, he held that down for 10 years strong. She's never had any other things of infidelity or whatever, what have you. Mm-hmm. And like I say, hey, I'm not saying cheating on your wife is something light, but by all means, I mean, people have left for or stayed for much worse.
Yeah, no, I catch your drift. I just don't. It's just like softening his own blow. Pause. Like, if you're gonna say I take full responsibility, then niggas, it's like when a nigga be like, yo, I slipped, but you got that. Know what I'm saying? Like, we doing one-on-ones. Oh, I slipped, but you got it. You got it. Nah, because don't say that part. That's a part of the game. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I go. When I hear that part, it sound like a cop out to me. But you saying it's clarification.
Yeah, it's clear. And this, especially if you got to think too. So he's in the whole business of social media, so his image is extremely important. So you can't just say, oh, it's all on me and leave it at that, because now you're gonna get ate the fuck up. You feel me? Yeah. Being that and being that he depends on his his money to come from that, he has to say something to put a shield up around him and not just be like, hey. Yeah. We're 10 years deep in just one day outside to get some side pussy. That's not gonna be good.
Yeah, you saying he's still branding at the end of the day.
Yeah, he still got a brand to protect. Yeah,
damage control and things of that nature.
But before we move on, I can tell you this.
Go ahead.
I can tell you this. I will bet my house and every motherfucking thing I own in life that the woman he cheated with followed both of them. Him and her.
What you saying to say that? To say what?
Listen, man. Women, nobody loves a black woman's husband like the next black woman.
Say it one more time.
Nobody loves a black woman's husband like the next or another black woman.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
You said black on purpose?
Purposely.
You said black on purpose?
Purposely.
How do you know that? How do you define it? How do you figure that out?
Because I used to be married and I was turning down pussy, like, unfortunately, and I did all that pussy turning down for nothing. Go ahead and cheat, fellas. Go ahead and cheat. If she love you, she gonna stay. Because when you go back and you look at all that pussy you done turned down, you're like, damn, being a good nigga for nothing.
But why you say black women specifically?
Because that again, who when you hear a black man cheating, he not cheating with fucking he not cheating with women of different races for the most part, clearly, right? And then we know the highest infidelity rates are in with black women. So that's what it is. They have the highest infidelity rate. That anytime you see some wild shit going on, it's some motherfucking woman that knew this man was married, right? And she want to be the side chick until she don't want to be the side chick no more. Then she blow the shit up and she exposed some shit and so on and so forth. And I'm pretty sure with him, this is what happened. He was dealing with shorty or whatever, so on and so forth. And the girl, because she knew what it was, hey, on some blackmail type shit, if you don't do this, or that's always how it goes, man. It's always how it goes.
Okay, yeah, no, I catch your drift. I just don't think there's a disparity between black women and other women.
It's again, the infidelity rates would say otherwise, but yeah,
white people are super perverse. There's no way that we beat them in infidelity rates.
I think so.
Nah,
I think so.
They do too much weird shit.
Well,
sexually.
Yeah, but it's not. Is it really that if they're leading and swinging and all these these weird group things? So that's what I'm saying. So that's why it's not the same.
You're saying the reporting, but what you have is they accept a lot of things that shouldn't be, that are unacceptable, right?
I agree, but it's agreed upon between both parties. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, I don't know. It's a little bit of a cop though. A little bit of a cop. Nah, bro. Because you know how you know it ain't agreed? Because they made a 30-year show out of Snapped. White women doing their husband filthy for stepping out. There was one dude shot him in the back. That nigga legs went dead instantly. On Snap. he like, don't shoot me no more.
That'll do it.
So, yeah. So that nigga was out there like Gumby.
Yeah, bro. Hold on, bro. Yeah, bro. It's a 77% higher rate for black people, man. Black individuals had higher percentage, 24.34 reporting extramarital sex compared to white individuals, 17%.
What's it? 70 versus what?
24.4. Or 24.3.
Oh, hell no, bro. Come on. You know that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. That's bullshit. That gotta be. That's bullshit.
It's not
24 to 70. Come on, that's
17.
Oh, 24. We were at 24.
Black people's at 24. White people at 17. I'm sorry, not 17.
Now, what if you consider bestiality?
Again, that's agreed upon, and
no, bro. Hell no. They gotta include everything. She just because she nodding her head, because you seen what Amber Heard tried to do to Johnny Depp. They the worst of the worst when it come to that stuff, bro. Snapped is a real thing. Just how we know niggas be snitching because of what? First 48. That shit is real. White people go crazy.
But white. Hold on, it was just a thing. It was two separate stories, bro, where the fucking white dude killed the whole family, man, over like the last week or so. Around like
right. So you know good and well 19%.
Well, that ain't gotta be from cheating though. That can just be like, hey, my toast isn't brown enough.
Yeah, they be on the Chris Benoit shit. But I'm saying this one dude put his 2 kids and his wife in some type of water tank. Y'all remember that one? His name was like Chris something. So he could be with his mistress.
No,
and they couldn't find the kids and the wife. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The one girl fake getting kidnapped so she could go on a sexcapade with these 3 dudes, and then she come back to her husband. Chris Watts. Yeah, I knew I was close. Hell no. Nah. Wipe that stat is flawed. What website is that?
Let me see.
That's some bullshit. That's you probably on things white people like.net.
Nah, I'm on Google, man.
But that's the yo, bro. No, hell no. We even see when the brothers mess with the snow bunnies. You already see what happened. Shot the nigga.
Of Family Studies. This one's the Institute of Family Studies. That was from 2017.
Nah, we ain't gonna beat them in that. We ain't gonna beat them in that, man. Fantastic. Know what I mean? You know what? We already let them tell us about black women on OK Cupid, and that was bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
How was it bullshit?
Talking about black women are the most undesired.
Yeah, they were on the app, on all the dating apps.
But no, on OK Cupid app.
It wasn't just OK Cupid is not just one app. It's several. It's a brand.
No, it was an app.
No, I'm telling you, but it's a brand though. It was a OK Cupid is a brand like Twitter, not Twitter, Tinder, a lot of those they're under one company. It's under one umbrella company. So you know it's OK Cupid, it's like several things.
I understand there's an umbrella, but they pull the data from there. But let me just ask you: Are white women more attractive than black women?
More attractive, no, but they're more desirable. Yes.
That's it. No, they ain't more attractive. That's what desirability is. No,
desirability is the man's willingness to deal with a woman or whatever. That's not necessarily attractive because I
know, but think about this, Mr. Fantastic. If it's on a dating app where you swipe right or left based on looks, that's what they predicated that stat on. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's to me though. To a white man though, more likely than not. Just like I think a black woman is more attractive than a white woman. A white man would think more white women are attractive than black women.
Exactly, which is why when it's 90% white people doing a poll, we can't take that as fact.
No, but the problem was, and again, this black women saying this was black women's desire for white men. This is why this came out. Black women's desire for men other than black men was why the whole study and the thing happened, because they was chasing after Brad, and Brad didn't want them. And then furthermore, remember, if you remember, it was either early last year or late 2024 to where black women were like, I changed my dating profile to white and everything opened up. Not understanding and realize the reason why I opened up because white boys don't want your black ass. So the men can filter and say, hey, I am looking for this, and this in a woman, and they're only going to show you your desired thing, age group, race, you can fine tune it to that thing. So the fact that black women are out here chasing around after these white boys was another reason that whole desirability conversation came up.
You really think they like white boys?
We know it, bro. Pasta and lobster. I told you didn't know. You just like we don't know about this shit. You didn't know about the pasta and lobster shit. Black women as a whole, the divestiture shit is strong, HAMP. Strong, bro. The number of black women that would love to fucking just get any fucking regular ass white boy is ridiculous, dog.
Really? Damn. Aaron, anything?
No, I'm just sitting here listening to a racist hash it out with a sexist.
Wow.
I got nothing.
I was telling the truth. This is fantastic. Bullshit.
I hear you. Go ahead at it. You got the racist side-eyeing women and the sexist side-eyeing niggas. Y'all can have it.
No, man, I'm just saying, bro. That shit just, I don't know, man. I just that OK Cupid shit always, when I first see it, I'm like, it's an obvious skew. Like the skew is obvious just because of who dominates the stat, you know what I mean? Or the website. So when I saw it, it just I understand what they mined out through that conglomerate of sites. If it was more than one site, I'll even concede that. But when you look at the disparity in who's on it, especially at that time, when we thought, social media, like those dating sites were taboo, white people were on them first. You know, so even during that time frame, it just made sense that would be the vote, given the populace that was on the site itself. You know, but it's interesting, man. I don't know. There's a lot to mine through, but we've been on this for a little while, so I think the next topic I'm kind of more excited for anything. Anyway, make sure you help us hit the goal, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most, man. Salute to everybody in the building. I'm gonna drop the link here soon. Let's get to this, man. Appreciate y'all. When I'm traveling. So the ICE thing, man. They popped. Is that a white woman that they popped?
Yeah.
Do you know the backstory? By any chance? Talk your shit, guys.
So you got all of these liberal protesters that are against ICE and them going after people illegals that are here in the country, and they found a substantial number of people in the, I think it's Minneapolis area, so on and so forth. The protesters and agitators are literally following around the ICE agents. They're blocking them with their cars. They're standing in front of cars. They're doing any and all this illegal shit, interfering with government investigations and dealings. This woman puts her car, it started out to where across the street so ICE can get by. They confront her and they decide to arrest her for obstructing. The cop walked all the way around. They got new footage of the cop walking all the way around the car, right? Talking to her, having a conversation, recording the tag number for his reference, so they can, they can pretty much put that car in the database. So if they see it again, hey, you gave you a warning, you're back here again, we'll hit you with obstructing. But then one of the cops, who I don't know, whoever it was, said, hey, nah, we're going to take her, right? We're going to arrest her. So get out of the car. And as he came to her to say, get out of the car and grab the car, the cop was already standing in front of her. She turned the wheel to fucking what's name, and her lesbian lover says, "Go, baby, go." And she hits the cop, and the cops get her ass with one shot, get her right on up out of here. Boom, 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 boom. Right on up out of here. Uncle Charles was waiting.
Why you do that? Aaron with the $2 says, kicking over candles get you boomed in the hood. Damn. All right, hold on. We need the video. Hold on. All right, hold on. Do I got the right one?
She did. Hold on, I got it. Hold on. Motherfucker said she didn't hit
like the raw one.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a second.
Okay.
She hit the cop.
Who shot Renee Nicole.
Yeah, this got the overview. I'm looking for the one where it's them like her talking.
This one right here. This it. Hold on.
One?
Yeah. What day is it?
I don't know. Hold on.
Shocking new video has been released from the cell phone of the ICE agent who shot Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis. Jonathan Ross's footage, which was obtained by Alpha News, offers a whole new perspective on the deadly encounter, revealing Renee's wife, Rebecca.
See, he's talking over it, though.
Oh, well, I'll try to find one, but this is the video, though, that shows that he was already standing in front of her, and she actually did hit him with the vehicle.
Antagonizing ICE agents.
See, I want to hear the one where they talking
off,
all this.
clipping the agent, prompting him to open fire.
Okay.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Again, pause that real quick, Hamp.
The new first-person clip comes.
Yeah, you heard that sound? That was her car making contact with the officer. And what makes it so crazy is you black people that give a damn about this white woman, where they would have been like, you should have followed the law. He didn't do nothing. Same white people would have been fucking laughing at your stupid ass for doing the same shit and getting motherfucking shot. And it would have been like Blue Lives Matter. But now y'all want to champion for these crazy liberal motherfuckers that ain't got shit to do with you or the shit they fighting for. Y'all crazy.
Yo, so Miss Fantastic, why is so many people saying that you framing it incorrectly?
I don't know. You literally just showed it, Hamp. Show it to them again. Maybe they go,
So NTAT said he got the one where nobody talk, no overview. Nick Taylor, can you send it on Discord or somebody give me that video, please?
I'm trying to find it. I got it saved on what's I gotta find it. Let me find it with none of the commentary.
So,
give me a second.
Okay, we'll find that one. Now, here's the interesting thing, right? I was looking at these videos and I saw this that kind of speaks to.
I got it. Hold on. I just got it. My bad, but keep talking.
Okay. Yeah. So this video, right, which kind of speaks to what you're getting at. Let me show this. What do you guys think about this? And then we'll play the video.
Go ahead. My bad. Mine overtook yours. Play yours first. Take mine down and play yours.
Stay blessed, my neighbor. Positive vibes, positive vibes. No stress, my nigga. Cut that shit out of your life. Ooh. Cut a motherfucker off. We too fresh to be on sucker shit. Ooh. I'm about $1. Pray my niggas prosper. I'm a blessed motherfucker. Holla. Stay bless my neighbor.
I don't know. Kind of like what you're saying, like all right, let me see.
So for the people that don't understand, so for the slow people in the back, this is an ICE agent with his fucking camera that he has to have operating whatever he's, dealing with, about to deal with a citizen. This is the footage that you're getting, his motherfucking body cam.
We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking president. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car. Get out of the fucking car.
Now, again, this is, at this point, this is a official fucking law enforcement agent, federal at that point. Let's make that very important there too, Hamp. This is federal law enforcement telling you to get out of the car. This is now a fucking police fucking investigation, official fucking police business. Federal.
Get out of the car.
He didn't get hit, Hamp?
Sound like you got hit. Rewind it.
All that contact was he didn't get hit. Let's slow it down for him, Hamp. Let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. Playback speed. Let's go to about 0.5.
Aaron, tactical analysis.
That vehicle hit him. He drew his weapon and discharged 2 rounds into the driver,
as he's lawfully allowed and suggested to do. People don't understand that vehicles can also be deadly weapons, by the way. My bad, Aaron. My bad, brother. You got it.
For further tactical analysis, the ground is slippery. There's ice on the ground everywhere. I'm sure where the vehicle was, there's probably some ice and debris and things of that nature on the ground. But, yeah, he's standing in front of the vehicle as it's backing up. She puts the vehicle in drive, drives forward into him. He draws his weapon and neutralizes the threat.
You feel, and I'm saying feel, Aaron, he did the right thing? Or
I would have done exactly what he would have done, whether or not I was a civilian, law enforcement, or military. You put a vehicle on me, I'm going to put rounds on you.
Let me read this. So this is the protocol for these agents. I'll read it. I tried to zoom in, but I'll read it for you guys. A, deadly force. Law enforcement and correctional officers of the Department of Justice may use deadly force only when necessary. Excuse me. That is, when the officer has a reasonable belief that the subject of such force poses an imminent danger of death or serious physical injury to the officer or another person. 1. Deadly force may not be used solely to prevent the escape of a fleeing suspect. 2. Firearms may not be discharged solely to disable excuse me. Firearms may not be discharged solely to disable moving vehicles. Specifically, firearms may not be discharged at a moving vehicle unless a person in the vehicle is threatening the officer or another person with deadly force by means other than the vehicle. Or 2, the vehicle is operated in a manner that threatens to cause death or serious physical injury to the officer or others, and no other objectively reasonable means of defense appear to exist, which includes moving out the way of the path of the vehicle. Firearms may not be discharged from a moving vehicle except in exigent circumstances. In these situations, an officer must have an articulable reason for this use of deadly force. 3, if feasible, well, that's pretty much the excerpt that covers this right here. I can read the other 3 and 4 real quick. If feasible, and if to do so would not increase the danger of the officer or others, a verbal warning to submit to the authority of the officer shall be given prior to the use of deadly force. Warning shots are not permitted outside of the prison context.
Yeah, so the way I see it, she should have got popped.
So
good shoot.
Yeah,
good shoot.
He said, get out the way, get out the vehicle. She was ordered out of the vehicle, so that takes care of that last piece. The ability to flee or get out of the way of the vehicle. The vehicle's too close up on you and there's ice on the ground. That's different from you standing in the middle of the block and the car takes off from a headlight, you dive out of the way. That's a different story. This car is already on you. You have limited footing because of ice on the ground. That takes care of that. And she put the car on the man. I mean, she's driving into the man. I mean, so the driver is using this car as a deadly weapon. I mean, they do have charges such as vehicular manslaughter for a reason.
Okay, so look at this. So this is zoomed in.
Look. The ICE agents, they're slipping on ice. Pun and no pun intended. You see ice on the ground. Look at him. Watch his feet.
Okay, so you got
watch his feet and watch the front wheel. The front wheel's spinning. Now these guys are now on skates. Watch. Look, see his feet are sliding. Both of them. Look.
Yeah,
he had to lean on the car to prevent from falling.
And furthermore, right, that how you not go hit him if he's in front of the car with his hands on the car. And if you see where the shot placement was, the fucking shot placement was fucking perfect, straight down the line into the motherfucking into the driver, bro. You're not gonna get a side angle shot and hit somebody perfectly fucking square in the chest.
You see his feet sliding.
Yeah,
and you see him try. You see him attempt to take a step out of the way. You can see the front tire spinning on ice. So he's got limited footing. So there's no just jump out of the way.
Yeah,
if you slip on ice with a vehicle rolling towards you, what's going to happen? You lay down the vehicle, cut your femurs in half.
So I guess so. So I see people saying, "Okay, she didn't hit him. Did she not?" What? Let me ask this question. Did she not hit him because he moved out of the way, or she didn't hit him because she was steering clear of him?
No, she hit him, and that's why it seems he moved out of the way, Hamp. She caught him with a fucking... If you haven't taken a physics class, shut the fuck up. Okay? If you don't know how motherfucking shit work, right? He's already at an angle. He's not flat square in the middle of the fucking vehicle the way if she hits him, she's going to run him over. If she's hitting him at the corner of the car, it's going to still move him out and about, and that's why his body turns the way it turns. You fucking geniuses.
We'll play it out. If he slips and falls and that car is moving forward, what's going to happen? His head's going to be the first thing to hit the ground. But right at that moment, his head is out over his feet. So his head's going to be the first thing to hit the ground, and that vehicle's going to roll right over it. Just look at the trajectory of things.
Yeah, and the most important part too, Hamp. Look, you see how? Wait, let the wheel turn. Let the wheel turn. Slow. All right, look, stop right there. Stop right there. All right, stop.
Sorry, hold on. Hold on, I'm just sitting here. I'm just watching it.
So if you go back just a little bit, either way, right? You see how you can't see his other foot, and it's not just because you don't see his foot until the car's actually past the path. How it lets you know the front fucking left side of her car clipped the officer, bro. And you heard the body cam clearly. I don't know why, but again, yo, your Breastman office, right? You niggas don't even care no more. Y'all don't care about the truth. You just want whatever supports your narrative because you're so y'all hate America, bro. Just leave. Go, hey, you know what? Go to Somalia, man. I know Somalia will love you, y'all motherfuckers over here, man. All right. And what make it even better, y'all. This the pro-black, y'all the pro-black chat. Y'all all about black and proud. I don't give a fuck about this lady getting shot for doing some shit that everybody be saying motherfucking just comply and he didn't do nothing and they be making fun of a fucking black person when they got shot. I don't give a fuck about this shit, bro. Follow the law, okay? Comply and you won't die. Fucking federal agent tell your ass motherfucking stop. Hey, you're under arrest. You stop. You shut the motherfucking vehicle off. You motherfucking put the car in park. You get out. You go through the fucking procedure and you don't die.
She was ordered out of the vehicle.
This a revert. Hey, I don't want y'all saying shit be about Charlie Kirk no more.
Who?
Just saying.
Damn. So when I'm reading the statute, do you think the statute of protocol supports what he did?
Yeah. He's in imminent danger. And again, she had been ordered to wasn't that he's already in front of the car. And people saying he already had his weapon drawn. No, he didn't. You saw him when he drawed his weapon when the woman started the motherfucking move the vehicle and the officer said, hey, get out of the car. At that point, is it a police fucking what's the name? The car is in motion. Just like she turned away, she could have turned to him. See, people not again. Aaron, take it away, Aaron. Like I'm just dumb.
He can't see the front wheel, the direction that they're being pointed from standing in the front of the hood of the car, and the car being right up on. You would need the vantage point that the camera had to be able to see the direction that the wheels are even being turned. All he can see is this. The vehicle is put in reverse and is starting to back up. He's staying on top of the vehicle with his camera so that he can record the situation backing up his partner. His partner orders the driver out of the car. Next thing he sees is this vehicle coming towards him. So at the same time, the first thing he does is try to step out of the way and then begins to draw his weapon. The vehicle makes contact with him and then he discharges his round. You can stop it frame by frame and see that exact chain of events.
Okay.
And if you play it in real time, now we're playing Monday morning quarterback. This man is dealing with this in real time.
Thank you, Hamp. Thank you, Aaron.
What kind of decision? Like it happens in less than 1 2/10 of a second.
Yes, seconds, bro. Seconds.
Yeah,
if me and you are having a conversation or whatever, and like I said, we just getting into it, we talking or whatever, and you get in your car, right? And I'm trying to walk away, I'm trying to do whatever, and you drive your car towards me, I'm gonna try to get as many rounds out of my fucking magazine through that windshield into your head and chest as possible. If you run me over, I'm taking you with me.
And again, if you look at both the officers' feet, you can see moments where they're both sliding. Once you can see the sheen on the road, you can see that front wheel spinning. It's a Honda Pilot. It ain't that powerful. That wheel spun on ice.
It seemed like he's trying to move. I think people, because they're saying like he didn't get hit, right? I understand I'm reading the protocol, you see, which is why it gives me cause for pause, and I'm just reading it, and then looking at the situation. The he didn't get hit thing is inconsequential, right? He had to make a divert, right? He had to divert or not divert. He had to make a maneuver to move out the way, right? I don't think she would have just cleared him by turning the wheel,
right?
So he had to move out the way to not get hit.
Correct.
Right? It ain't just, oh, you shot at me, but you missed. That's what people keep saying. That's not how that works.
Correct.
Right. So I don't agree with the fact he didn't get hit. So therefore, there's no then he's justified or not. I'm just looking at the protocol because the protocol does say evasion is necessary. What is it called? De-escalation is necessary. It sounds like they did a lot of that stuff. But I don't know if the protocol backs him up though fully. That's my assessment.
Well, whether it does or not, he's been acquitted of all wrongdoing and so on and so forth. Shout out to that man for protecting
He already got acquitted?
Yeah, they said he didn't do nothing wrong and nobody's pressing charges. It's federal. It's over with.
Oh, wow. Damn, man. I gotta drop the link, man. Oh, what is this? So what was she?
She was some random white lady, lesbian, right? That was her time off, whatever she doing, getting involved and interfering with fucking federal investigations and police actions. That's who she was. And now she was.
So, all right, yo, play the video one more time. The video you had. I just know, like, these type of situations, there is no time to think.
Exactly.
There's literally very little processing time.
Yeah, I'm gonna share something I want y'all to see.
I just realized they had a dog in the back too. White people love their dogs.
Let me know when y'all can see this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Turn it up.
Ain't no sound though. You got it muted or you got the sound off.
Did you see that?
He got hit. Thank you.
Did you see that?
Go back.
Thank you,
I'm gonna hold on.
Put it on 0.5 here.
I'm gonna put it on 2.5. Watch.
All right, Aaron, stop trying to get all fancy. You know you ain't.
No, look. Now watch. Now hit you.
Hit. So can y'all shut the fuck up down in the chat?
Hit the back arrow, Aaron.
What
No, just on your keyboard. On your keyboard. Yeah. All right, press play.
Right there.
Hit. Can y'all shut the fuck up now?
Right there.
Oh, look, hey, they still, bro. Y'all still windmilling in the chat, bro. Y'all still windmilling in the chat, bro. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy, dog. This is crazy.
Angle.
Now let's play in real time.
President Donald Trump supported this use of force.
You see it in real time right there.
Exactly. You got a car. The lady was literally already accelerating, and then once she got hit, it was even worse because she probably died instantly.
Yo, I know somebody who they said somebody said he got swiped, not hit.
Exactly, bro. I'm telling you, bro. They fighting now. They fighting for their life, Hamp.
Come on now. Don't do that.
You get swiped on ice. You're standing on ice and you get swiped. You slip and fall, and that car wheel cuts your fucking leg off.
Rainbow Kid said he got swiped.
Aaron, I can tell you this, Aaron. I want all these people. If you think that's right, how about you try it? I welcome you. Your next time the fucking cops pull your ass over, you swipe he get in front of your car and tell you to fucking get out. You swipe him with your motherfucking vehicle and see what happened.
Come on.
Hey, but before you do it, let me put an insurance policy on. Let me put a life insurance policy on. Let me know before you do it.
Yo, yeah, that's the thing, y'all. You just assess the video. So he got swiped.
Trump,
he got
Trump,
it's icy, and he slips. Right? There's so many variables there.
Trump.
You see now what I'm saying? Matt? You see the tactical analysis. Everything you just said. What would you do?
Yeah.
Trump.
You pull the hammer.
Trump. That's all that matters. Trump.
No, if I'm in a standoff with a vehicle, me right now, and I got the hammer on me, I'm gonna say drive at me if you want to.
You want to, exactly. Thank you.
Blick up.
Hey, Hamp, and I'm gonna hit him with some smooth down. After I shoot you through the windshield, I'm gonna dive on your hood. You know what I'm saying? And roll off that motherfucker. Jean-Claude Van Damme style, baby.
This motherfucker Bruce Willis and shit.
Damn right. I grew up on 90s action films.
Yo, y'all gotta hit I'm trying to figure out what we looking at.
Trump.
What you mean? Why you keep yelling that out?
Trump. That's all. That's what it's all is. Trump.
What about Trump? Why you keep saying that shit?
That's why Trump.
Yo, Rainbow keeps saying he got swiped. That's so crazy.
Ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
He got swiped. Did he put get the fuck out of here like somebody was wilding?
Hey. Hey. Yeah, what you gonna
do? Yo. Hey Josh, he almost choked. Yo, he said he got he got swiped. I don't know why that's so funny to me. That shit is hilarious. Yo,
mitigating circumstances is where he's going to file that under. I bet you.
That is funny as
swiped. You get swiped by a 2007 Honda Pilot on ice. Okay.
Hold on, man.
Tell me what you gonna do, but it ain't nowhere to run. Judgment comes for you. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Tell me what you.
Yo, sorry. I mean, hey, Josh, what's up, Josh? I'm just looking at the video. Like, I don't even have a presupposition about Trump. I don't even know why he keep yelling that, you know? But I'm looking at the circumstance.
Boys,
I'm saying in my head as a civilian, I'm in a standoff with somebody in the car. All right, now. And I got I don't know. What's up, Josh? What do you think, man?
Shout out to everybody. This is actually really simple, and there's two arguments for this. The first argument is kind of was it legal? And the answer is just flat out yes, it was lawful killing. That's the legal standing right there. The other one is the moral argument, which most people will not articulate, which is an officer ought have a priority to protect life. There's no legal precedence for it. Cops can pretty much, if they can articulate you're a threat to society, they can shoot you, period. It's really what it comes down to, right? But that's what they're arguing for, and what they're trying to do is come up with each one of these stupid-ass cases. Now, on this, fuck it, I'm going to call her, this piece of shit woman, married 3 times, divorced once, widowed once, and then turned out to be gay, because that wasn't her lover next to her. She was married to that woman. They got a 6-year-old kid. in some kind of social warrior school kind of bullshit. This is the type of trash you do not want in society. That officer should be given, here's my authoritarian position, that officer should be given an award or a medal for getting the crap out of our society.
God,
that was worse than a Karen.
Damn, Josh.
All right, let me do this, Josh. Hold your thoughts real quick. I want to get Cal in. I know she be at work and all that. Hey, Cal, did you get a chance to repost the thing?
You want me to repost it? I posted it about 30 minutes before the show started.
Yeah. Same difference. Difference. Because I want to get, because I seen what Trigger Mike was saying in the chat, so I want to get Callie in just in case she got to go back to work. Cal, what's your thoughts on this, man? Because what I saw, crazy, Cal. I ain't gonna lie. And you know, I don't have no Trump I'm just looking at it, you know, and I put myself in their shoes and I know what it's like to be slippery. I'm from Connecticut. You can't get out the way like that, you know? And then when you playing football and shit like that, it's instant. You got to make a decision, you know? And I'm not likening, you know what I mean? But I just know what instincts look like, you know? If you got to think, you die. You know, that's how these things work. Like if you don't have a muscle memory in boxing, and I got to think that I got to throw the cross when he throw that left hook, you going to lose. You see? It got to be just straight reaction. Go ahead, Cal.
Yeah, I understand his reaction because that same officer was reprimanded and previously injured for reaching into a moving vehicle, and he got drugged and he had to go to the hospital. So he got some PTSD going on or something. That was his first reaction, was to shoot so he don't get drugged again, ignoring the fact that he was reprimanded for reaching into that previous moving vehicle and getting drugged by the car. Also, protocol does state that you are not supposed to shoot into a moving vehicle so as to not injure other people in proximity from a runaway vehicle. The only reason why that car stopped was because it hit other things. So that's the reason why you're not supposed to shoot into a moving car.
Cal, let me ask you this, right? You still have the floor, okay? I just want to be clear. So Josh was saying in the chat, I read protocol, not law, not statutes enforceable, right? Because laws are enforceable. The protocol is saying, hey, here's the rules and guidelines that we're telling you guys to go by. But when he breaks one of those rules and guidelines, now he's prosecuted by the law. And what does the law say about you not following the protocol? Josh, did I read that correctly?
Slightly. So yes, you read a
Clarify
policy.
it quick, and then because I want her to get the floor back. I just want her to.
You read a policy from Department of Justice. You don't.
Yeah, policy.
Yeah, you don't enforce. You don't take a policy into the courtroom. You argue from the legal standing. Policy just gets terminated. If you break a rule, you're fired.
Yeah. So it's like the rules of the business, but the law is a different thing. Yep. Go ahead, Cal.
Right. But also, if you cause harm to someone else because you don't follow protocol, then you are held liable. And that's where the charges come from.
Well,
Okay,
yes.
Hold on, Josh. I want to make sure she was done.
Yeah, civil liability.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on.
That was it.
Just real quick. So several things. You talking about whatever he had previously to do with reaching in the car is irrelevant. It's not this case. It's not what's going on here. He didn't reach inside of a car, so that has no relevance or any grounds on this situation that happened. Secondly, the policy has leeway, and of course, there's going to be things that have exceptions to the rule. Okay, cops have an escalation of force thing, right? But if and when certain conditions happen, okay, you can skip those levels and you can immediately go to fucking deadly force. A car is a deadly weapon. A moving car, as Hamp said, I wouldn't even consider in the slippery conditions to where you do not have the mobility to quickly move out of the way, especially after he's struck with the car, okay, is fucking deadly use of a deadly weapon against a fucking law officer, okay? He's justified in using deadly force to neutralize the threat. That is when you keep talking about, oh, you can't shoot into a moving car. You can't shoot into a moving car that's fleeing, okay? You can't just motherfucking go Rambo and motherfucking Arnold Schwarzenegger once the car is past you. But if you are in the car's path and the car is coming towards you, okay, you can fucking shoot into that car if you do not have a ways and a means to move out of the way to protect yourself from being fucking killed. So again, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it in the fullness and not fucking come at it from a side or any type of bias. Again, this is clearly y'all was in the chat. Now y'all trying to fight for your life with something different. The man got hit by the car. She put the man in danger when she decided to disobey.
From what I saw in that video, Callie. Oh, my bad. If I froze for a second, I apologize. Go ahead, Cal. Somebody was talking. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, Cal. From what I see, very objectively, just looking, it looked like he got hit by that car. It looked like the car was going straight for him. And I know the conditions to be able to maneuver around that car aren't conducive for that.
Yeah, except for she was turning away from the car. He wasn't even in the same position as it was like when the first video that you showed. That's him dead in front of the car, right? He was already moving away, and and you can see that she is turning the car away from him, which is why he only slapped the corner of the car. Also, I brought up the previous case or whatever like that because I was explaining why he was so quick to go on ahead and shoot because of that previous situation that he was in where he was actually injured for reaching into that car. Not to say that, because he did that, then he's gonna, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to explain the behavior, right? The reason why he was so quick to go on ahead and shoot because of that previous situation. That's what I brought it up for.
That's speculation, and the reason we know it's speculation because cops that have never been drugged have done the same thing. The black girl that got shot while she was pregnant trying to get away from the thing, I think that happened to her in like 2024 or something. Or that happened with cops that have never been drugged by a car or never had
myself doing it. I'm saying I could see myself reacting like he reacted, Callie. Is what I'm going off of. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Callie still got the floor. Because I want to understand her thought process. Cal, question. You're saying when you watched that video, he didn't get sideswiped by the car?
That's what I'm saying.
So you're saying he slapped the hood and then start shooting?
Because they were even talking about he was injured and all this kind of stuff like that, and he was in the hospital or something. I saw some kind of statement from Trump or whatever, and like, no, that's not what happened. He was not injured. You know what I'm saying? None of that kind of stuff. So they add no extras, and that raises eyebrows as well.
To be fair to Callie's position, his gun was already drawn when the vehicle made contact with him. However, it's still irrelevant because there's plenty of case law out there that says all you have to do is gun your engine at an officer. That's grounds for basically that would be the same equivalent of drawing a firearm on an officer. It's going to get you the same results. You don't have to make contact. You just have to be a threat.
His firearm wasn't drawn.
Yeah, how easily he was able to get out from in front of the car. Yeah, he had every way to get out from in front of that car, which is what you guys said to begin with, right? You have to go on ahead and evade the you know what I'm saying? Evade the contact with the car or whatever. And he very clearly evaded being hit by that daggone car. Yeah. He had every opportunity. Okay.
Well, the reason why his weapon was already drawn was because she had put the vehicle in reverse and kind of backing up, like she's trying to cut around, like she's trying to drive around the officer. And that's actually where it appears like she was trying to get around him. She didn't back up enough, right? But the officer took this as a threat, so he had already drawn his firearm. She just happened to make contact with him, and that was it.
Okay, so
right. That's what I'm saying. He could have evaded being hit, and he did evade being hit.
We understand the stance. I know what it looked like to me, Cal, was like a bull. See, a bull not gonna back up to get around you. The bull gonna back up so that he can get you in his line of sight. And so you can reverse much further than that just to evade if she's trying to get low. But it seemed like she reversed just enough and was willing to be threatening while evading. See, I'm just looking at this shit. Like, I don't know. I be knowing how that shit looked to me. Like, Mm-hmm. I know how far I gotta back up to get you out of harm's way. That's all I'm saying. Now she on her shit. They laughing and smiling. They got their cameras out. And if she said, because Callie, think about this part, and then I want to give the floor away, right? You know how you said based on his past experience, right? He may have had this reaction. They said that she chases ICE around, blocks them off, records them. That's what she does. So why would I give her the benefit of the doubt that she wasn't willing and trying to harm that officer if that's what she does on a consistent basis based on what people were saying about how she chases the ICE agents around and stuff?
Yeah, she chases them around, right? Does she try and hit them with vehicles?
She blocks.
No.
So she blocks. Well, here's the thing though. So if she's blocking pathways and getting in the way of these confrontations, then we at the very least know she's willing to be in a confrontation.
Yeah, she was blocking cars, and there's also a video of her waving cars by, so cars can get past there. She wasn't blocking the whole entire street. Cars can get past there. There's a video of them her waving the cars by.
No, what they were saying was, just looking at the video, they're saying like she does this, so she goes and tries to stop the ICE agents from doing their job by blocking pathways and recording and being in the way, you know. So I don't know why I would give her the benefit of the doubt if we're speculatively saying that this is his modus operandi.
And what
because her modus operandi is blocking traffic and recording ICE agents, not trying to injure them or hit them with vehicles.
Which is illegal.
And
what do you mean? What do you mean? It's illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah, I can illegally go ahead
and that's not true. Like the fact of the matter is,
good morning, Cheeky.
Good morning, bro. Like, or good afternoon for me. There's no evidence that she blocked ICE. There's no evidence. There's only a testimony from ICE or from the DOJ or from Pam or whoever. Nobody has any evidence of her blocking. If anything, they have evidence of her waving cars going by. They don't have evidence of her doing anything illegal to ICE. They do have evidence, or they're saying they're part of the observation group, which is just watching ICE do their job and recording. There's no different than what the Black Panthers did. Whenever the cops came by and stopped black people, you would have Black Panthers stand by and go, what's going on? We're monitoring the situation. Just because somebody's monitoring something doesn't mean that they're impeding on what's going on.
Yeah. It's not bad.
Yeah. And most importantly,
you're articulating it as though it's passive. We know every video we've seen people intervening. We see people not at the we're saying far enough away from the situation, right? But what I'm saying that yes, but if you use the Panthers, it's not a passive thing whatsoever.
Well, what I'm saying is you can watch and observe the officers as long as you don't impede. There is no evidence of her impeding or doing anything wrong. There's no evidence. There's no evidence, and there's nothing to suggest. There's evidence.
The video is evidence. The video is evidence. Yes. So Cheeky, again, you still have to again, y'all. I love this. I love when people get so fucking what's named that again. You have a two-way street. These are, even though they're federal officers, they also have the authority of police officers. If you are across,
they don't have the same authority, but sure. They don't have the same authority.
Yes, they do. Bet money on it.
I bet money they don't. They don't have the same authority as police officers. It's a totally different thing.
How much you want to bet, T? We put 100 on it right now.
All right, bro. Let me go.
You gonna bet 100? No, don't Google it. Bet first. We betting on
what? All right, while y'all get that info, can I go?
Bet first.
The bet is off now.
Federal police officers, bro. ICE agents have the same authority and higher level than fucking federal than fucking regular. But anyway, once a traffic violation, ICE, because they have the authority of this, and they've said this to people. If you are impeding them, you're impeding traffic, and it's directly interfering with their fucking police investigation and their police operations, bro. They can motherfucking give you a ticket. They can write you a citation. They can lock you the fuck up, dog. It's not ICE agents can't only just lock up or detain illegal immigrants. They can motherfucking do the same shit that the police do, and they have a higher fucking ranking because they're federal. What are we talking about here? Now, again, for a person to be purposely, waving people by, why is the other lady waving people by? You have one person outside of the car. It wasn't a driver, okay? It was a fucking driver working in tandem with her crazy ass wife, waving fucking people that were not cops by, but impeding and blocking, okay, the police from motherfucking doing their job.
All right. No, I already did it. Damn, I'm finna share my screen. I already did it.
No.
Got
Let
it right
me, because let me do it. What's your prompt? I'll put it in.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. It's right here. Does ICE have the same authority as local law enforcement? That's literally what I typed in.
So is this one fair, or you want me to change it?
I just
like
just
wait. Before y'all do that,
it's
when
already
y'all say same authority, what do y'all
Does
mean?
ICE-
Hold on.
Like, do y'all mean jurisdictional or what?
It doesn't matter. I know
It's gonna
this-
give y'all a bunch of
Stop. See, now he want to do all this extra.
I'm showing it.
I just simply
Make it larger.
said ICE does not have the same
It's
authority.
too
as local law.
ambiguous, Cheek. That's what I'm saying.
You can't say it's too ambiguous when HAMP's going to do the same thing.
Federal and local is
Stop talking. Does ICE have the same authority as local law enforcement? Short answer: no. ICE does not have the same authority as local law enforcement. Their powers are different, more limited, and focus on immigration law, not general policing. They don't have the same because their jurisdiction is totally different. There's no way as a ICE agent you can do the same things as local law enforcement because you don't have the same jurisdiction. Like Mike was saying, there's a lot of things, including those things, that would limit the ability of ICE, considering that they're specifically meant for immigration. I didn't want to bet because I didn't want to take your money. It's not because I wasn't sure. Just like there's reasons why if ICE pulls you over as a citizen, there's things you can do to not even engage in the same way. They don't have the same thing, and that's the problem. Most people don't know that. Just like if they knock on your door to try to get in there, they try to present a form that's not a judicial warrant to get into your home, and it's some real weird shit going on with ICE in the way that they move. One. And they're not the same as local law enforcement. That's the truth. It's simple and it's easy to look. The problem that I'm having is not that the guy got hit. Right now, we're going to get into the other things that I have issues with. It's not that the guy got hit, but where did he place himself? You see on the video, he circles around the car twice.
Mm-hmm. So,
can ICE lock up someone interfering with their operations? Yes. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agents can detain and arrest individuals, including U.S. citizens, who interfere with or obstruct their operations, as this constitutes a federal crime under statutes like 18 U.S.C. Section 111, leading to charges like obstruction of federal officer or even assault, resulting in potential jail time, especially in physical interference, blocking vehicles, or resisting commands occurs. Okay, while ICE primarily targets immigration violations, they have authority to arrest anyone committing a crime during their duties. Okay, with consequences like arrest for physically impeding agents or telling individuals how to evade them.
Okay, what does that have to do with them having the same? They don't have the same. The point was proven.
I said to lock people up, Cheeky. They can lock you up the same way.
What you said was they have the same authority, which is exactly why I looked it up the way they do.
It's the same authority, and it's the same authority. And if you fuck with the police and you interfere, and you
don't have the same authority.
Investigation.
We already looked it up. They don't have the same authority. There may be some congruence in certain things, like impeding an investigation, which is a crime, sure, but we don't have evidence of that happening. In that situation, she could have been
traffic.
In that situation, she could have been pulling out for all we know. Based on eyewitnesses and the evidence that is presented, she wasn't blocking because you could see cars could get around, and she allowed that to happen. The problem is it's your word or whatever the ICE word against whatever propaganda has been going on. The first thing that Pam or whatever her name, or not Pam Bondi, the first thing that the Trump official, the admin said was he got ran over.
Christy Nome.
He got ran over. HAMP. I'm going to ask you this, and I want you to be as honest as possible using the best adjectives. Would you describe him getting ran over in that video?
No.
And needing to go to the hospital?
No, it didn't seem like he needed to go to the hospital.
Okay, what you just saw, would you consider that woman a domestic terrorist?
No,
yes.
Not a domestic terrorist. I think she's a nuisance.
Oh, But a domestic terrorist.
Yes.
Unless I don't understand
I'm asking
the
him.
definition.
I'm not talking to nobody else but him. I'm trying to understand. Because he just said he has no stance, right? He has no leaning left or right. I'm asking somebody who is reasonable and has no leaning and is unbiased what he thinks about these words and how it's being described. Would you describe that person as being ran over?
Ran over? No, he was.
Would
hit.
you describe the woman who drove that vehicle and hit that officer as a domestic terrorist?
From what I know, my limited understanding, no.
From your limited, from what you could see, no. Do you see any evidence of her blocking the ICE agents from getting by at any point?
I do, based on what I'm seeing in the videos, I do see that.
Okay, fine. Do you think that the officer put himself in a position to get hit?
So if she's blocking, right, and they're telling her to move,
okay, sure.
So he has the right to be there. She doesn't, because it's an ongoing investigation. So by proxy of that, she would be in the wrong.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this. Share this if you can.
Yeah. You see what I mean, Cheek? Like if I'm already in a place and I'm doing a job and then you aren't supposed to be there and you put yourself there, I'm in position, you're in the wrong position. I'm not in the wrong.
And I'm not going to disagree with that, but the problem is if that's your statement and there's no evidence to show that should be investigated and determine whether or not that's true.
But there is evidence. We showed.
Hold on. You can't say that there's evidence and the investigation is still going.
We saw it. Hold on, okay. Cheeky. We showed the video twice. Before she moved the vehicle forward, a police officer ICE officer told her, "Hey, stop! You're under arrest. Get out of the car." At that point in time, the officers had all of the authority. The officers were all where they were supposed to be. Her deal was the motherfucking follow the orders given to her, because now she's committed a crime, okay, that they deemed her to be fucking guilty of fucking committing at the time. She did not obey the orders, and yes, she ran him over, okay, because she hit him with a car, okay.
Getting hit with the car. Getting hit with the car doesn't mean you got ran over by a car.
Yes, it does. We say it all the time.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But here's my curiosity.
So hold on. Wait. So let's say, Cheeky, you in a car, right? Or you standing in front of a car and your homeboy rode over your foot. You gonna say, "Hey man, you hit me or you ran over my foot?"
Listen to what has to happen in order to be ran over. The vehicle has to be on top of you. So yes, he ran over my foot because the vehicle was
Cheeky, people get ran over, bro, and end up on the top of cars. That's why I'm saying, why are we playing this semantics game? Just because you get ran over is not equal. Ran over is not equal. Hold on, just real quick. Cheeky, you trying to take this shit for verbatim as to where ran over means, oh my God, you're under the car getting dragged in fucking roller. No, bro. Ran over can be fucking hit from the side. It can be you're fucking hit from the front and you run into over the windshield, over the top of the car. Ran over can be a part of your body, your foot, your arm, or anything, bro. Ran over doesn't just physically mean fucking, oh, you actually end up under the car in the process of being hit by a car. This is colloquial. When people say ran over by a car, bro, they just say, hey, man, that motherfucker got ran over. Oh, word? Well, yeah, man, she hit him with the fucking car. This nigga end up flipping over the top of the car in the back of it. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing?
Ran over is phrasal verb with several meanings, most commonly to hit and drive over someone, hit and drive over someone or something with the vehicle, but it also means to exceed a time / money to rehearse or review quickly or to overflow a container.
But this isn't, Cheek, this isn't super valuable, in my opinion, about what we're trying to assess. So do you agree that the man got hit by the car?
Yes, I agree. He got hit by a car.
Okay.
That's all that matters.
You can't say that's all that's matter because that's not true. Now we have to look into the policy and saying that the LOE could also avoid intentionally and unreasonably placing themselves in positions in which they have no alternative use for deadly force. What about that aspect?
No.
How can you circle?
No.
How can you circle? When a cop
you're saying that he put himself in front of the car to get hit. You can't. You're litigating now. You can't say that reasonably. You can't.
Yes, I can say that because there's video of him circling the car twice.
Chief,
exactly.
Right,
so, like you said, though, so hold on.
Were they not going to apprehend the lady? Yes or no?
I don't know what they were going to do.
Yes,
we didn't see it.
No, they made the decision that they were going to apprehend the lady, in which almost always, when you look at cop cams, somebody stands in front of the car and tells the person, "Don't move."
Nobody
stands apprehended.
Nobody stands in front of the car. Even when you're getting pulled over by the cops on the side of the highway, they try to pick the side that's most advantageous for their protection, not on them in the middle of the road.
That's if it's one cop. If it's multiple officers, Trigger Mike. I'm sorry, Killer Mike. Trigger Mike is correct. And again, they literally try to motherfucking box the car in, and because they know
another vehicle, they don't try to box the car in with their bodies.
Yes, they do.
Another vehicle.
We're not even
wrong. I can pull up 1,000 fucking police videos right now, Cheeky, of that literally happening. Where the cop, you have a car on the side, you have a cop in fucking front, bro.
Yeah, that always. But let me just say something because hold on.
Where a human cop is standing in front of a vehicle, saying,
maybe you have a point on the run over part, but you're also litigating without all the information. All right. So the DOJ,
I'm litigating, and y'all
hold on. I didn't interrupt nobody. The DHS has already released. They have to keep releasing documents to send to federal judges to update them on how to deal with these situations with ICE officers. So I put in the back chat, they have called people who impede the progress of ICE domestic terrorists. Not that we actually think they're domestic terrorists. That is what they're labeling you now. If you create a group of agitators to impede the progress of ICE in any way, if you dox them, you will be tried as a domestic terrorist. That is a guidance from the DOJ to federal judges. So that's why they're using that language, bro.
Just to be fair,
operate on all that info.
Just to be fair, to clarify, right? Any federal branch can define any domestic terrorist group they want, willy-nilly. Any federal branch has that authority.
It's crazy that they do it, but
I don't care if that is the case. The problem is there's no evidence for the things that they're saying. It's literally their word against somebody else's word.
And at that point, but you're right. So not only are you right, hold on. Not only are you right, that's also the perspective. That's why I said we can't really.
Which is that's my
point. Hold on. Exactly. You said she was letting cars pass. Was she letting ICE officers pass?
Ask the question again, somebody.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We don't know. If ICE thinks they're being impeded, that's what they reacted to. ICE reacted to her impeding their progress. That's when they decided to take her. They went around and take the plate.
That is fine and well, but can ICE agents lie?
Like, why are we litigating that? That's what I'm saying. Why are we litigating
my point?
That?
Okay,
hold on, Chief.
No, nobody. No, stop. Hold on. Stop saying no. It looks like. No.
Why are you asking me to litigate if people lie?
No. If you're not gonna ask Fantastic or Aaron or anybody else while they're litigating, don't get mad at me when I say, "Hey, y'all are making statements that can't be yet verified because it's still an investigation."
No, they were making statements based off of what we are seeing. Hold on. No,
so how am I doing anything different?
Hold on.
Because you're not assessing what was in the video. You're actually denying.
You're trying to articulate what people feel, or does somebody?
No, I'm not.
Or that hold on. No, or somebody pull back to get out the way. We cannot litigate that. We are just operating off what we see. She hit him with the goddamn.
There's a video of her. There's a video of her going full reverse, cutting hard right, trying to avoid the officer. Or trying to avoid the ICE agent.
So hold on.
Still hit the officer.
And she still hit the nigga.
So she still hit him. That's hurting your case, not helping it.
Okay, but here's the point. He put himself there. Why did he do that?
He was supposed to. Stop. He was there. Stop. Full stop. Full stop. Yes, he was. He's not supposed to put, at the moment, listen. Yes, he was. At the moment they said, "Hey,"
and unreasonably placing themselves in position,
he was already there. As you said, he was already there. He did not position himself in front of the car the way he was standing off to the side, and then he moved over in front of it. He was already there. He was already in front of the car before the other officer said, "Hey, stop! You're under arrest. Get out of the car." What are we talking about, bro?
What do you mean? What are we talking about?
You didn't watch the video.
If you think that woman is a threat, If you think that that woman is a cause to or a danger to society, you should not put yourself in that position. You cannot then put yourself in a position. What do you mean that's false?
That's false.
That you shouldn't.
That's false. And I'll tell you why. Because me as a police officer having fucking authority, when I tell you an order, you're supposed to follow that fucking order. So I'm believing that, and I'm giving you the benefit of a doubt to be a fucking law-abiding citizen, and I'm going to tell you to follow my fucking orders along. This is a coordinated thing. This ain't just one officer. Had it been one officer, you would have a leg to stand on. This is multiple officers where one is approaching your vehicle, grabbing the vehicle, telling you, hey, stop, get out of the car. You reverse the car, and then the officer that's already standing there, he didn't move from the side to in the front. He was already there. Cheeky, we got to play the video again, bro.
Regardless
of already there, Cheeky.
Regardless of him being there, and what?
No, so hold on. No. The same thing you did to me. So was he already there? Or did he move himself in front of the car?
He moved himself there. He wasn't there initially.
Now we got to replay the tape.
He circled around the car twice.
Because
now we got to replay the
tape. Josh already spoke on this, and before you said all the other shit you said. I think you're leaning more on the moral argument, right? And that side of it, I can understand. Like, we look at some of the stuff these cops be doing, I'd be like, man, these dudes ain't trained. But you lost on the legality of it, bro. You're lost on that part. You're creating situations that aren't real, that officers actually don't have to do. That's actually a part of their training. They boxed that lady in on like 3 sides. They gave her the orders and commands, and then she violated all of that. So the only thing I came up here to say is, look, that officer not going to jail, man. The reason they put that word exigent circumstances in, nobody's going to sit here and say, let me not do my job because I might get hit by a car. This lady was not supposed to move after she had been directed not to, right? Unfortunately, a lady lost her life, but the officer ain't going to jail either.
That officer is not going to jail because the Federal Investigation Bureau decided to keep the state of Minnesota out of the mix and investigation and keep it federal only. That is why that officer isn't going to jail. You just finished, right? That officer is not going to jail because the Federal Bureau of Investigation has decided to remove the state from possibly charging this man and seeing all of the evidence to make a determination whether or not this was justified.
What other evidence do we need?
So if that officer doesn't go to jail, it is simply because he wasn't allowed to go to jail. Because it's
heckling him. Look at the video.
It's already been determined that this officer and this federal situation is going to be handled federal only and not determined by the state and all of the evidence that should be included.
So that's what's about the officer.
If the officer gets off, by all means, he's legally free of charge, and objectively he committed no wrong.
Okay,
but everyone's going to have a question as to why the state wasn't allowed to do what they needed to do, which is very normal in most circumstances when a crime is committed within the state and there's a federal aspect to it. I'm just saying. So if y'all are absolutely right. If that officer gets off because he wants to get off, it just is what it is. But it's just very interesting that certain things are happening, and people and the state won't be able to investigate and look into it themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like Hamp said, I'm pretty objective, but I think. Do you want to know why I believe that they did that? They weren't about to let the George Floyd situation happen in this one. So that's why I do it. You're not about to do this to make social justice.
All right, let me do this. Let me read these, and I gotta get Tiff in. Uncle Tom, what's goody? Because I want to make sure we kind of flow a little bit. We kind of getting caught up on this thing. We ain't really getting an assessments per se. So Zago with the $5 says he wasn't in front of the car until she turns the wheel his way. As the engine revs, he draws. She turned his way, wasn't in front of the car. Aaron with the $2 says on today's episode of Military Vet Wars. Ogun with the $2 says bad tactics does not justify being hit by a vehicle. Aaron with the $5 says, so Cheeky, is this why mayors and governors are saying they are about to fight back against ICE breaking the laws in their states? If so, war is coming. Tony Golden in the building, been a member for 22 months, says she was honking the horn and blocking traffic for minutes. I just sent the video to Mr. Fantastic. Let's see that one. Uncle Tom in the building with the $5 to DJ Hamp. I'm just glad to see that liberal black women love to carry water for the liberal white women. Look at the unity. Look at liberal Cheeky and Cali. Ms. Bells with the renewal. Ed with the $2 says, Josh, please put the mask back on. Save our eyes. Bet life for the 10 ounces. Laugh out loud. You know, Fantastic gonna make it funny as fuck. Seriously, F her goofy ass. Whole white woman out there defending illegals. Fuck out of here. They really don't give a fuck. It's performative. See Cantrell in the building, laughing her ass off. NTAT with the $2. She played the game, gambled, and lost. Next. Aaron with the $2 says no excuse for kicking candles over at a memorial. Why he keeps saying, what is that? Aaron with the $2 says kicking over candles get you boomed in the hood. I read that one. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Tiff, you heard the back and forth between Trigger Mike, Cheek, Fantastic. What's your unadulterated thought on this before we get Uncle Tom
in? I'd like to say that I'm a bit torn.
Twitter, Miss Fantastic. Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's unfortunate. I do think she was an observer, but I think there's a difference between being an observer and an agitator. I think what I find frustrating is we've spent a lot of time on this lady and nobody's talking about Keith Porter. So there was a black man that was killed by ICE and it's gone virtually under the radar. But we got a lot of time for the white lady that we saw on camera. Now, mind you, maybe it was because it happened on camera. Yeah. I get that, Chief. But here's the thing: when people are outraged, you need to be outraged when anybody is killed by people that it's questionable. Which is why what happened with George Floyd, and I don't even like using our black stuff with non-black people. That makes me uncomfortable. With this lady, it seems like it happened really quick. But when you Callie got into all the background with the man, I just think it's unfortunate. I think that people right now are emotional. I don't think that you should get shot in the head. Like that to me was like, why you didn't just shoot the car? If you were shoot the tires out, but I'm not a police officer. So when you read the protocol, I would just think now, what bothers me is you can't be you're in fear for your life. He was circling around the car. He circled twice. And then even in the video that you show where the man was sliding, you can see him pulling the gun as old dude is sliding. You jump out of somebody, you jump out of a car, you come and put your hand in the woman's window, get the fuck out of the car. It's just a lot went wrong. And I think had the initial officer just maybe had more decorum, I feel like all of it could have been avoided. Stop talking to people crazy. Especially,
Tiff,
go ahead.
That's not how, I understand that. That's not how shooting works.
Mm-hmm.
Because to think about it, he's saying there's an imminent threat to his life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's how shooting, let me shoot the tires. I don't think a reasonable person thinks that that's how the cop should react if he's thinking his life is in danger. I think that's how we need to converse going forward, Tiff, is what do most reasonable people think in a given situation and take it more off of what we think, but what do most people think should happen in a given situation?
It's reasonable for him to jump in front of the car. Nobody else had a weapon. The other guy that slipped, he didn't pull out a weapon and he damn near fell from pulling on the car. So he was the person that looked like he would have gotten swiped or hit. The back and forth, it's just, to me, can we just say there's a problem when police officers or ICE are shooting citizens in the head? That's not okay. Period, full stop. What do we need to do so this never happens again? I don't think that lady deserved to die. I don't. And I'm never going to be she got shot in the head. Good. No.
Yeah. I got you. I'm just saying, Tiff, you see what I'm saying? Real quick, let me just say, you see what I'm saying? I'm thinking, here's what I'm saying. The officer thinks the car is coming at him. He thinks his life is in danger, right? Yeah. And there's several people that agree with his life is in danger if a car is coming at him. I'm just saying when people think their life is in danger, they're not trying to save yours in that process.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying when you're in opposition. You see?
And Tiff,
hold on. I want to make sure I hear all her thoughts. Hold on.
Please don't.
Go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead, Tiff.
What I was going to ask is even when we see it, because even Josh saw it, when you see him circle around, and you see him in front, when the guy, the first officer is approaching, you can see him pulling his weapon. long before he thought she was like, it some ain't right. Now maybe I saw it wrong.
You saw it wrong.
Okay, let me see. Let me do this, Tiff, because Uncle Tom is frowning, so it looks like he may disagree with you. We haven't heard him yet. Mike, did you have a cute, quick interjection?
Just a quick interjection, and I'm sensitive to stuff where Tiff said this shouldn't be happening. The only time I just feel like it gets negated is when the person shouldn't have been there in the first place, and this is 100%. Why the hell are you out there agitated? I cannot take up for people who go put themselves in harm's way. I cannot do that.
Because as American citizens, we have a
doing it now, though. He didn't put himself in front of a car, and I can't defend
him. What I mean is, why is your car there? We always talking about the person that reacts.
Don't belabor it, Mike. It's a clear point.
Yeah.
So Tiff, he's simply saying she shouldn't be there in the first place,
now
the situation is created because of her unnecessary presence.
Exactly, she created that scenario.
Yeah, quickly reply to that, Tiff, in condensed state, and I want to get Uncle Tom in because he may also disagree. So you might have a good back and forth with him.
And what I can agree with is, I think you have a right to observe. I don't think she should have had her car in traffic. I think that the minute that is when it gets questionable. If she was there and she was just watching, if she was there and they were blowing whistles, that's fine. If you started impeding traffic or impeding them from doing their job, then this is when you are itching to them to get involved. Like, were you just
agree?
Okay. So at least Tip's saying, okay, if this was this, then I understand. If it wasn't that, then I don't understand. Okay, Uncle Tom, go ahead.
Well, plainly simple. These this group of white women were out there. I'm glad that Black women love holding the water. White liberal women is crazy because she was out there blowing that horn and whistling when her husband and wife was blowing whistles out there talking trash. And even though you can hear her in the video saying, "Drive, baby, drive," right in front of the dude. But I like to see this unity. That shows you y'all don't hate white people as much as y'all say y'all hate white people. It's amazing. But she was clearly in the wrong. And I hate to mix this because if it was a black person, I'm going to use y'all's talk. If it was a black person, y'all would have said, he should have just complied. That's what the white people would say. You should have just complied. Use the same fucking model now. She should have just complied because they told her to get out of the car. They told her to move. They told her to get the fuck out of here. She didn't do any of them. She didn't comply with any of them. She got her brains blown out. That's what happened when you don't comply with police officers, no matter if it's ICE agents or local. It don't really matter because they're not even going to even face any civil charges because you can't sue civilly federal agents. And that's what they are. So good luck on that. So she ain't getting no money out of deal. She don't get the money straight from people out there volunteering money. But this was a good shoot. Move on. She's dead. You'll be all right.
Yeah, let me say this importantly again, as Tiff always does. She likes to give you half the information. I just found the case she was talking about. The man was killed by a person that worked for ICE. There was not an official ICE situation whatsoever. Okay, it was someone that was working. Again, I didn't cut you off while you were talking. I'm not wrong. I got the story right here. Why would I say I'm fucking wrong and I got the story right here?
I'm wrong often.
Okay, I'm not wrong often. I put the fucking link in the chat. I put the link in the fucking chat. So I'm gonna say it again. The man worked for ICE. It had nothing to do with official ICE business. Okay, he was off duty at home, heard gunfire, went outside, and somehow he ended up shooting the man. I don't know if the man had a gun or not, but hey, it is what it is. It's got nothing to do with ICE.
Can we see this?
Sure.
Focus on the front wheel of the car. Rolls backwards. Now, you'll see it spin forward, and then you'll see him draw his weapon. Wheel spins forward, just there. Now he draws his weapon.
Thank you.
He did not have his weapon out. Look.
Thank you.
Roll backwards. Wheel spins forward.
Mm-hmm.
Now
and
the weapon comes out.
And screeches.
You see that? Yeah. That's the chain of. He did not have his weapon out the entire time. The car rolled forward. Right. He put her foot on the gas. He drew his weapon.
Now, where's the front tires? Where are they heading? You see, that's the issue. You're saying she's trying to run him over. Her tires are moving hard right.
Can't tell that, Cheeky.
I'm not talking about the cop. I'm not even talking about the cop.
That's
I've
the
already
important part. That's the most important part.
No. The important part is we don't say that someone's trying to do something and they're not. That's the issue. You can't then say that lady's trying to hit him when we all have eyes and we see she's not. He can't.
Nobody know
that.
Nobody made the argument that she was
intentionally
trying to hit him.
Oh my fucking God! I am not talking about the cop.
You are assuming.
You have to be. That's where you're wrong at, Cheeky.
Stop saying, bro. Y'all are not fucking listening, and that's the problem.
We are listening, bro.
You are saying you for a dead person. You're trying to.
I can tell you.
You're trying to say their intentions. You don't know what she was trying to do.
I can tell you exactly what you're saying.
Stop talking.
She tried to run him over.
I am not talking about the cop. I'm talking about the people who are trying to spread this propaganda that this lady was trying to hit him.
You don't know that she wasn't, so you can't say nothing.
Nobody will ever. Okay, so if that's the case, if you're saying we don't know that she wasn't, you don't know that she was, she's dead. But what I can see, based off of the physics of the fucking vehicle.
Hey, let me say this, yo. Hey, why? So here's what I'm hearing now. Here's what I'm hearing. Every time Trigger Mike and Cheeky start going back and forth, the conversation starts to get muddy. So do y'all need to just y'all two talk for 2 minutes so we can understand what y'all are saying? And then I want to get my brother Mr. Gold in too, but y'all keep interrupting each other. We trying to understand this shit.
The issue that I'm having, and I'm not interrupting him, he's interrupting me. The issue that I'm having is
stop listening when I come back in, it's y'all two again.
That's because he keep cutting me off every time I'm saying something. He don't know how to stop.
Mike, say sorry. Go ahead, Cheek.
Okay. The problem is,
I'm yelling at Cheeky and Trigger Mike, babe, because they keep yelling.
The problem is we cannot sit here and say that this woman was intentionally trying to hit somebody or keep going with the propaganda that she's trying to do something, because that does sway in the position. If there is a jury or whatever the case, that does sway how people see it. The truth of the matter is the vehicle's front tires, the same front tires that Aaron had just mentioned, are pushing hard right away from the quote unquote officer.
Wrong.
That's on the left.
Wrong.
Okay.
That's on the left.
Okay.
That's my point. You can't keep saying she's trying to do something and the physics say otherwise.
Okay. Trigger Mike, what was your retort to that? All right. And I want to get, so after you go, Mike, condense it. Aaron was saying wrong. I want to understand why. Then we got to get Mr. Gold in. Now, once Mr. Gold is in, now everybody's in the conversation. Go ahead, Trigger.
All I'm saying is that you're telling us that we are drawing unreasonable conclusions, and the very next sentence you're drawing an unreasonable conclusion. So if we don't know, then nobody knows. We can only go off of what we see. And the bad part, it's unfortunate, is that you don't have a leg to stand on because he got hit by the car. So that's the part where the argument falls apart. So because don't tell us we're making unreasonable conclusions, and then for a dead person who doesn't have the ability to speak for themselves, say she was turning hard right to get out of his way. That's an unreasonable conclusion. You cannot make that assumption. We just don't know.
It's not an assumption. It's video evidence. You can see it in a video, her turning her wheel hard as well.
And what do you think which negates that? That's what I'm saying.
What we're trying to determine is the intent of the turn. Did she point the car at him, or was she trying to evade him? Which is why she turned the wheel hard. That's
right.
And those are the two speculations that you can't be conclusive about either way, right? You have to give you got to be. Chico, are you saying you got to be considerate of the fact that maybe she was and maybe she was trying to avoid?
Instead of saying she was, because that's the issue. The statement is she was trying to hit him, but I can make the argument. But I can make the argument.
A hard cut means she's trying to avoid him. Okay.
Instead of just saying somebody trying to hit him, to say he got hit. That's just a simple fact.
Okay. Let me get Aaron. Go ahead, Aaron, real quick, and then
so if you look at the video, when the wheel starts to spin, you can see the face of the wheel, which means the wheel was turned to the left. If you hard cut the wheel to avoid something, the first thing you do is apply full right lock on the wheel, and then you depress the gas pedal. But the fact of the matter is, she applied throttle before she started steering, and when the vehicle hit him, the wheel had passed through the front angle, the forward-facing, which means zero lock, the forward-facing angle of its steering range. It's not like she cut all the way to the right and then applied gas.
Okay.
If she did, we wouldn't have been able to see the wheel move.
Okay. Yeah. So Aaron simply saying she would not have started moving forward without first cutting the wheel all the way to the right.
Right. The wheel was
I
to the
never
left
seen
when
Mr.
she
Go. I
moved.
wanted to hear what he was gonna say.
Okay, go ahead. Who was?
Well, he dropped off.
No, he
now.
did. All right. Well, when
Yeah,
you come
but
back,
what Aaron? Yeah, she's saying I cut the wheel all the way and then I drive. I don't start driving then cut the wheel.
And the wheel.
Well, she was listening. She was listening to her.
That's Aaron's assessment, right?
The wheel was cut left. There was left lock on the wheel when she started moving forward.
You know. I get that, right? But again, now we have to do the thing that we were doing with the cop. Somebody just tried to yank at your door, and we don't have any evidence that she was
wrong.
Okay, you can say she's wrong,
somebody, not somebody. Who was it?
The law.
He
gave her a verbal command.
Giving you a lawful fucking order to stop, get out of your car.
And that's the problem. You can think that is lawful if I don't have any evidence she did any wrong.
I don't have to think. I don't have to think.
Well, could it be? Would you consider her saying? Well, could we consider?
Mike, stop! I ain't said nothing the whole time.
When
a police officer tells you, when a police officer tells you stop, get out of the fucking car, whether it's lawful or not, at that point it's lawful. To be lawful,
that's not true. That is not
true. It is true. It is true. It is the litigation for it to be lawful or not is if and when it goes to a judge, if it makes it there. When a cop tells you and he's within fucking legal standard to tell you get out of the car, which they determined that by her impeding. That's a video I was showing you before, to where she was blocking fucking traffic, completely and totally fucking perpendicular to it, which is illegal. All right.
Okay.
So, I told you the evidence to where they have that when you're impeding on their investigation and it's their motherfucking assessment of it, which she was doing, they tell you, hey, stop, get out of the car, you're under arrest. She should have stopped. She should have put a fucking vehicle in park, cut it off, got out, complied, and she'd be alive. Okay. She didn't do that. What?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
All right. She didn't do that. Okay. Then she commenced to motherfucking back up. Now you're taking out the most important part. What we see, we can't determine what the officer sees and what the officer interprets or feels. As Aaron said, if I am a fucking law enforcement officer and I'm in my official duty and capacity, I don't already have my firearm drawn. I'm simply reacting to what you're doing. He didn't motherfucking pull the gun on her before the other officer said, hey, you're under arrest, and the lady started moving. He was in his complete, total legal capacity and everything, and the woman drove forward when she should not have. The officer's interpretation is the most important interpretation because he's the person that was in danger and could have been killed. And the reason we know he could have been killed is because he got hit. He was touched by the vehicle. So regardless of her intention, the result was what? Fuck her intention. The result is this. You hit the man with the car. So whatever you intended to happen didn't happen. Didn't play out the way it should have fucking happened. You hit a fucking law enforcement, federal law enforcement officer with a fucking car. You got shot. You died.
What I'll say though, Cheek, is that you be a great person to litigate a civil suit, but you have no legal leg to stand on.
Well, she ain't gonna never see a civil suit. But let's be honest. All you gotta do is touch a regular officer, and that's assault on the Leo. You can just touch their shoulder with your finger, and it's assault on the Leo. So to hit him with a damn car, whether it touched him hard or softly, it's still assault in any way. And that's with a deadly goddamn weapon. Now, did she listen to the cops? No. The person she did listen to was her husband, wife, whatever she want to call her, who said, drive, baby, drive. And she did exactly that. So quit having fucking sorrow for this white bitch. She dead. It's okay. We can move on. Just like it would be for a black dude.
It was swipe, baby, swipe.
Drive, baby, drive is crazy, Uncle Tom. Goat, you there?
Yeah, I'm back.
What's going on? How you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing great. How y'all on the panel?
Good.
I responded to a key, and she tried to run him over.
Okay.
So she turned her wheel. She backed up. She backed up from the cop. Right.
Uh-huh.
She turned her wheel. She turned her wheel over to run over the officer. Only reason why he survives because he slips. That's the only reason why he got out of the way. He
the
slipped.
slip saved him.
Yeah, the slip because the ice was ice. The ground was icy. And the only reason, if it was dry, she'd have clearly ran them over.
Damn. So the ice got him out the way.
Yep. It saved them. It saved them.
You think she was intentionally trying to hit him?
Yes.
Why do you? What makes you think that?
Because from the cameras I looked at, the officers that came out initially recorded. So the guy, the agent tried to get her out of the car. She backed up. She turns her the cop, ICE agent, and she tried to run him over. She could have easily got out of the car, away the laws, and got a car, but she chose to.
So ICE. So you saying ICE saved ICE?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Damn, man, I thought it was his athleticism.
Nah, he slipped and fall. He got hit and slipped and fall.
You said he fell, mister?
No, he slipped when he slipped. He got hit. He got hit and he slipped and fell.
Where did you see him fall?
When he got hit. When he got hit on the camera, on the body camera.
Hold on, man, watching Fox News, right?
He ain't fall, mister. Yeah, he didn't fall. The cop, the one that did the shooting, didn't fall. I think the other one that got snatched, he might have fell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. So Mr. said somebody fell and somebody got shot. And that somebody was supposed to get shot in that instance.
Yep.
You would
she was trying to run them over.
Okay. So when you seen her back up the car, you saw it like a bull. You saw it like a bull. You know how a bull will back up to get you in the line of sight. Is that how you saw it?
Yeah. She turned her wheel all the way left, right? She turned her wheel all the way to the right to face the agent that was sitting the camera. And he saw that and pulled a gun and shot her.
Okay.
Fantastic.
Because if like y'all said, if I saw somebody trying to run me over and I got my pistol, I'm gonna get her out of there. I'm gonna get them out of there before I go. You know?
Okay. Well, you heard what Mr. said. Mr. said, look, what happened was what was supposed to happen in that given situation. That woman was the antagonist.
Yeah.
And therefore, she played a stupid game and she got the prize for it.
Basically.
I mean, she was there for like 10 minutes honking the horn and shit. So it wasn't like she wasn't an antagonist. She was literally the antagonist, her and her man, husband, female, dude, chick, whatever she was.
That was her wife.
Okay.
They drove all the way from
video of I missed it when you was.
Go ahead, Josh.
Video of her blocking. Can you send that in the chat in the group?
Nothing. My claim is that it couldn't have happened to a better person.
That's a whole fact. At least a white man says it. At least a white man says it.
Go ahead, Josh. What'd you say?
That's cold-blooded.
I said it. It couldn't. This is the type of garbage we don't want in our society. That's what I'm standing on. This woman needed to be gone. And
you're saying that not just because of this, but her backstory as well?
Yeah, every part of her last 10, 15 years of existence.
Wow.
You didn't know that,
I think it has something to do with her losing.
Oh, I know a lot about it.
Yeah, for child abuse. So I mean, and her husband, wife was sitting there putting cigarette butts out on the children. That's why she didn't have custody of her first two children. So yes, there's a lot to know about this chick. And if y'all think she's that great, this is why I say liberal black women always carry the water for the liberal white woman. And it's been since slavery. It's been since slavery. It's crazy.
Your name is Uncle Tom. So the oxy.
Absolutely it is.
So two, I'm not a liberal. So you made an assumption, which you do often.
I didn't make an assumption. I'm just saying it is what it is.
You said liberal black women.
Do you want to put yourself in that liberal? I said liberal women. I didn't say you, Tiff. I didn't say you. I said liberal woman.
He didn't say your name at all.
He's not a man. Like there are other women. Go back and forth. With you, I'm with y'all on this. I hate that the lady is dead, but her character, all that other stuff.
I don't care.
Hey, yo, she dead. She's dead.
Why do you hate it though? Why do you hate that she's dead?
I don't want to see nobody die.
I'm kind of like Samuel L. Jackson on this one.
What do you mean?
To be honest with you.
What do you mean?
Yeah, she deserved to die.
And I hope she burned in hell.
That's the whole fact.
Wow.
God, tripping.
Rockstar, what's popping? You on mute.
Hey, how y'all doing? What's good, baby?
What's goody, man? What you think? So it's right now, just to lay it's like Cheek is on his own at this particular point in time.
Oh, okay.
He's saying be considerate because we are trying to identify intent of the actions that were taken here. And just like you can surmise that she was trying to hit the officer based on your assessment, he could surmise in the opposite direction that she was indeed trying to leap. Go ahead, Cheek.
Oh, see, fantastic. They got the full video. It stopped like when they about to show her go. They got
Damn it, Cheek. Let me finish my
I gave it to you.
layout.
Hold on, it's in the back chat. Cheek, you saw it?
Put it back.
Y'all better text each other. I'm about to kick both. Boy. Sorry, Rockstar. They just
you good, man.
It's at the bottom of the back chat.
You know, so it be the professionals too, Rockstar. They do this on a daily basis. Just
what's up, man?
You know, so yeah, so Rockstar, if Cheek saying no, be considerate of all things you're seeing, and you can deduce the opposite. But are we making a choice, a biased choice to see it the way in which we see it based on who we support, what we see, what we think of ICE, what they're doing is right or wrong? You know, people are putting their own spin, they're projecting essentially, as opposed to giving an honest assessment. Rockstar, what's your assessment?
Yeah, man, my assessment is definitely non-biased. I've been watching the show. I hear a lot of personal bias involved in the judgment. What I would say is this: my sister, she's a prosecutor for Harris County. My godbrother, he's a criminal lawyer, 30 years. I have dozens of cops in my family. And I reached out to them because I'm not military, I'm not a police. I asked them their assessment. So I went straight to the horse's mouth. And these answers was coming from people of both parties. Most of them actually are conservative. And basically what they told me was that yes, she did break laws. What she did was illegal. She shouldn't have hit the officer. But at the same time, they also said he didn't have to kill her or shoot her, but unfortunately, she gave him a free kill. And so I think that's the part that's missing that we need to understand. He didn't have to shoot and kill her, but she unfortunately put this man in a position to where he had a free kill. Now, most officers do not take this free kill. From what my family members said who are cops, my ex is a retired cop. And they told me, I mean, technically, cops get free kills all the time.
Yep.
All the time. But that's where morality comes in. And so for me, I question the officer's morale. I don't hold it against him for it, but I do question his morale.
Okay, so you're saying by free kill, you're saying based on her actions, this shooting is justified?
By law, yes.
By law. And you're saying that he knew that before he reacted?
Well, he should. I mean, unfortunately, it takes more hours to get a barber's license than to be a police, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, 100%. But you're saying free, because when you say Rockstar, when you say free kill,
that basically means he has the legality, that he's justified by law.
Okay, 100%. I just, when I hear free kill, it's almost like I'm hearing like he knows if this happens, then he's able to do a thing like it's pre-calculated or premeditated.
Yes, like for example, I like to give this example. I've also been told this by law enforcement. Do you know that if the police wanted to, by law, they could lock 90% of the people leaving the club because most of the people in the club are legally drunk, but they don't, but they can.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Now, is that a fact, Rockstar? that sorry,
Oh,
I'm rewinding. No, it's my fault. I wasn't clear. Does it? How many hours do you need? Like, how long is police academy as compared to a barbershop apprenticeship or whatever?
I don't remember the exact number, but I know it's like 3 times as many hours to be a barber than it is to be a police.
Really?
Yes, and then nowadays when you got now with all the feminist movement and the fact that there are not as many police as they would like signing up, you know, now I mean weight requirements are starting to get lagged. They're being loose, you know what I mean? I mean, more women are being able to be cops, and when we know in a lot of cases the old mandatory minimum training requirements they couldn't pass.
Okay, so you're saying things are just a little bit more loose, a little bit more lax because there's a shortage.
Yes.
It's for all intents, just to sum it. Okay. So Tyson, what's popping? It seemed like, I don't know if you disagreeing with Rockstar, but it seemed like you once had some questions. What's going on?
Oh, I was just questioning the time he was talking about with the barbershop thing. I don't necessarily know what the requirements are, but I don't know if that's true. I'm in full disclosure, I'm a correction officer. I been a correction officer for 22 years. So I did a 16-week academy to be a correction officer, and police is in California anyway is longer than that. So I don't know what the requirements are to be a barber. But I just some of the things that people were saying about what the standards are for a shoot, and most of the people are somewhat correct, you know what I'm saying? But the standard is what, obviously it has to be an imminent threat, all those things. Also, it has to be, you know what I'm saying, what a reasonable, competent officer would deem the same. That's the standard in the policy. It's not whether he feels, it's what a reasonable, competent officer will feel. You know what I'm saying? And to make that shoot, regardless of, what she did previously, what if she was there as an agitator, that's not punishable by death, obviously. So you know what I mean? That to me, that all that stuff is kind of irrelevant. What she was there for, what she was doing, all that stuff she could be arrested for that, but it's not punishable by death. What made it punishable by death was her action of moving forward and striking the officer. So it's pretty plain there.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree, right? You know what I'm saying? I think for me, I make sure I know to separate judgment from legalities from morality. Again,
Stop the car.
You know. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, that's for all the people that saying cops don't ever get in front of cars while they doing a traffic stop. Just for the dummies again in the chat.
And that's just stupid to do.
I think the police dumb. That's the dummy.
That's dumb.
That's what y'all not understanding and realizing. It's a tactic that's being used.
What are the circumstances behind that though?
Hold on, just real quick. I know y'all can hear me, right? Because I ain't said no while everybody was talking. So this is what I'm saying, right? What y'all don't understand is, so you're only holding the cop responsible at all times. If the cops deal with 99% of people to where, hey, you tell them, hey, please step out of the car, and they comply, and there's no problem. Okay, and they treat all citizens that way until otherwise. Well, isn't he being a good cop? Then in the situation as to where you have a person that's a criminal, or at this case, possibly a fucking, homicidal maniac or whatever, who knows? Now he's in the wrong for simply employing tactics that a person that he didn't know was a criminal beforehand. Again, like I said, I think we've been, and this goes back to what you were saying, Hamp. We're so inundated now with all of these fucking videos, police stop videos, and all these fucking shorts and all these things, so on and so forth, to where all they show you is the bad cop shit. They don't show you a cop saving somebody's life. They don't show you the cops doing the good shit. All they show is you the bad shit. So we've even perverted our view of the situation to where the cop is the only person that's always got to be in the right all the time. They can't do their job that way, bro. I can't do my job that way as to where I'm always got to be right and I always got to make the right decision. If that's the case by most people's standards, hell, nobody get locked up.
And let me just say,
let me read it.
Y'all stay deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
DJ with the $10 says, I recently read a report that over 60% of police were in special education class in middle school and high school with full IEPs and visual education plans. These are very dull people. Damn. Leslie with the $5 says, for the goal. Keep it going. Chat, let's see if we can hit the goal, everybody. We had 2 hours and 19 minutes. Big Seb would have been a member for 22 months.
Perfect.
You are a drives vehicles. You can't compare a novice driver actions behind the wheel. Rebecca with the $5 says, towards the goal. Salute. I read this one. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps channel the mics. Go ahead, Mike. And then I want to get Zagu voice in there. And I got Mr. Williams. Oh, never mind.
We real quick to Mr. Fantastic. Real quick. On that video, we don't know the circumstances of that. Was that dude was that a felony stop? Was that a different? There's different type of stops for an officer to get in front of the vehicle and put themselves in danger. To me, that threat would have to be like imminent. Like that dude is a felon. We know he out here trying to hurt somebody. He's doing something dangerous. On a normal traffic stop, to pull up with my gun out in front of a vehicle, that means I don't want this dude to go nowhere. If a person flees the scene over a parking ticket, I'm not pushing that issue. I'm not, we get them later. That's fine. They be in court. We're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting myself in danger of getting killed for something minor like that. That has to be, to me, that has to be something, a major incident. Like that officer getting in front of that vehicle, to me, was unnecessary. Now, I'm not saying that, so therefore the lady should be off the hook or it's a bad shoot. I'm saying, to me, that was just bad tactics on his part. But at the end of the day, he still is going to be, because she went forward and did all the stuff she did, then the shoot is good. But to me, that's still bad tactics for somebody agitating you or being a protester at a scene. I wouldn't put myself in harm's way. If you saying a car is a deadly weapon, why would I place myself in front of that over something as minute as somebody, protesting? That's my issue with that.
So I was gonna say something real quick. Let me just say this, because we talked about officers training and then we forget how they train. Many of these officer and SWAT teams are using military tactics, and that's absolutely a military tactic. When somebody is getting apprehended and there is a threat reasonable reason you might be able to shoot, you go center mass. And remember this part, he has to clear the way of the other officer. So I'm looking at them going this way. So he has to shoot in a way that will not affect anybody else. He goes center mass. That's the best way to get shot, and you square off with them. 99% of people will not move a vehicle after somebody's in front of it. It was just unfortunate that it happened in that scenario. And as you can see, when he discharged his weapon, it went right where it was supposed to go, and no other bullets flew and hit anybody else. But if, let's say, just for this didn't happen, if the person from the side of the vehicle would have licked off those shots, the head is a lot smaller target than the center of the body. It would have been bullets sprayed all over those houses, or it would have might hit other people. And that's what I do for a living. So
that you kind of proving my point, though. For a protester, why are we using military style? You know what I'm saying? That situation doesn't require that. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is that's their training, bro.
Yeah, the training is the training.
Apprehend such person. Stop. 99% of people are gonna stop with a gun to their face when you're in front of their vehicle.
The training regimen is a training regimen, bro.
Right, but there was no threat prior to that to go into that type of protocol, is what I'm saying.
He didn't prior to that. Y'all keep saying that when we showed you. Aaron.
No, he's saying he got in front of the vehicle and all that. Mr. Fantastic.
He was in front of the vehicle because again he was already there. Y'all I don't know why y'all keep reframing this. He was already in front of the vehicle. He circled it twice. Okay, he was there.
No, that's not what I started.
He did not start moving towards the vehicle that he was in front of until the other officer said, "Hey, stop! You're under arrest." That's when he got in the posture where he's going to even attempt to stop or attempt to assist or whatever, bro. He was just walking around the vehicle, getting their fucking information, license plate, whatever, seeing who it was, all these different things. And then the lady decided to fucking run away once the cop actually was, man. We got to get Zagu, Mr. Williams in here. Go ahead, Zagu. What's on you, fam? You muted. You muted.
My bad. Peace, everybody. What's up?
What up?
So, Hamp, I wanted to directly tell you congratulations on all the success. I've been in the chat putting it in there, but I just got the opportunity to tell you directly. So
yeah, I love you too. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. You already know. I ain't gonna belabor the point. I did want to speak real quick to the intent of the driver, since we don't really know if she was 100% trying to directly hit the officer. But what we do know is that she was fleeing the scene, and she was willing to flee from what it looks like at all extent, even to the extent of making contact with the officer. So that, as far as her intent, we can do that without saying we do too much speculation, because her wife was saying, drive, baby, drive. And she was trying to get in the car and leave with her, but she wasn't able. But yeah, so the officer drew his weapon after the tires began to rev and spin forward. He wasn't directly in front of the car. He was to the left front side or the right front side. But when she turns her wheels, it puts him center in the car. And she was trying to flee. And I don't think, my opinion, she was trying to hit him, but she was trying to get away at all costs, even if hitting him happens. So I don't think she was not trying to avoid him. She was trying to go that way. And if he stayed there long enough to get hit, that's his problem. That's what she was thinking. That's the opinion of mine. But her intent was to flee at all costs at that point. I don't want to belabor. Oh, one thing about background, even though it doesn't really matter prior to this, but now that we have a opportunity to discuss it, there were stickers on the back of her window. There was a breakdown of those stickers. I don't want to get all into that and say where to go look at it at, but she had Antifa stickers on her window and other stickers on her window. She's a part of an anti-ICE group, and this is what they do. They parade around all day. They get paid to do these type of things. And I mean, it's unfortunate she lost her life, but I feel the officer, if he wouldn't have slipped, like the gentleman said, he would have fell. And I think the ICE actually saved him from falling when she contacted him with the car, you know what I'm saying? And I don't think she would have ran his whole body over, but he might have lost walking ability. Them two legs would have been, yeah, because he slid back.
I see what you're saying. You're saying the ICE had give.
Yeah, and it helped him.
Otherwise, you get stuck there, as opposed to you go rolling with a punch. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And his feet, instead of getting caught up under him and him falling backwards, and then him getting his feet broken ankles or whatever as he drove up.
I understand. Yeah,
I don't think she was trying to kill him, no, Cheeky, because I get what you're saying. We can't judge that she was trying to come out here today and kill him. No, she was just trying to get away at all costs, though. And unfortunately, she's seen him, but yeah.
Okay. Let me get okay. I think that's a solid take, right? That's an honest assessment of what you saw. You know what I mean? Even if people were to refute it, it's logical what you're saying, right? Just and then you expounding on Mr. Goat regarding the ICE, I think helps clarify some things for sure.
Yeah, because I get the jokes everybody was having, but he was trying to get his point out, and the ICE did kind of help him. Now the guy that did the shooting didn't fall, but the other guy was gonna get drugged if he wasn't able to get out of there too. But
yeah, no, okay. Let me get Mr. Williams in, then we can flow it around. Mr. Williams, what's popping?
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing today? Yeah, man. One of my gigs was a federal officer in the federal courthouse, right? So that car was a weapon at that time. And if you have a weapon and we give you an order and you don't comply, that second time, we can't shoot you because you have a weapon. And everybody knows that's why the police officers tell you to do what when they pull you over. Put your hands on the wheel. They might tell you shut your car down because we know it's a weapon. They can easily run you over. They can back into you. At that time, that car was a weapon. She had a weapon. She didn't comply. A dyke is gone. So I look at it.
I'm more afraid of a car as a weapon than a knife or a gun.
So, Mr. Williams, quick clarifying question. When you're saying the police pulls you over and they say put the car in park, shut the vehicle down, hands on the wheel, you're saying that's the police maintaining positive control of a weapon, as if to say, please clear your weapon, set it on the ground. I mean, all these kind of things is pretty much a 1-for-1.
Yes. If you had a gun and they gave you the opportunity to put it down, they say drop your weapon.
Right. Yeah.
And then they say drop your weapon again. If you don't drop it after that second time, they have the right to shoot you.
I would agree. Yeah. All right. No, it makes sense. It makes sense. Thanks.
Damn, man.
I got a question, Hamp.
Yes, sir.
if I could ask the panel this one question. It's a hypothetical.
Sure.
If your daughter or adult daughter or son didn't have a criminal record, had no history of doing crimes, and they were in that vehicle and the same thing occurred, choose which one would you say? Would you say my child should obey the law, or would you say cop, police, you didn't have to kill them?
Obey the law.
I think this will say a lot.
No, I think
answer quickly so everybody can answer.
That's a great question. It's both when it's your person. The bad part is
you gotta choose one. You gotta choose.
I'm gonna say obey the law. You should have obeyed the law. I'm gonna mourn my child, but they should have obeyed the law. But I just want to say this to you, Rockstar. The reason we are the way that we are is that's why our kids don't get put in dumbass situations like that. And
that's not true. That's not true because I've seen 100% true. No, it's not. I've seen great parents.
When the last time you seen an Indian kid? Hold on. When the last time you seen an Indian kid?
One of them motherfuckers
please don't police. Fucking East Indians like they country ain't shit and piss. Don't even start that shit.
Yeah.
So let's go around. Let's go around the room. Let's go around the room. Like India got a fucking cat.
Way to stop the propaganda. Way to go, DJ Hamp.
Yeah, I'm so sick of that shit. India is a shithole, man. And you're gonna talk about fucking
in America.
Way to stop that propaganda. That's what
we're too, man. Don't get me started, man. Go ahead, Mike. Let us answer the question, please. Come on, please.
No, go to the next person because I got to think more.
Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
What's the question? Oh, from Rockstar. I would say you should have followed the law.
He ain't even paying attention. Text.
I motherfucking answered the question, nigga. So how I didn't know what the question was?
I'm a nigga now. Okay, go ahead, Aaron.
Oh, it's my first sentiment would have been my child should follow the law.
Mr. Goat.
I don't have no kids, but my nephew is driving, and I tell him all the time, follow the law.
Mr. Williams.
Follow the law.
Zagu.
I know us as black men, as parents and fathers, especially our sons, we tell them the protocol when we get pulled over. So it's always follow the law. So you're not even following my instructions if you did something like that. But yeah, follow the law.
Thank you, fathers.
Tyson.
Hey man, follow the law. We can litigate it later, man.
Yes, sir.
Can't get your life back.
Make it to the crib, bro.
Make it to the crib. Or make it to the jail. We'll come get you. Whatever you got to do.
This question was to be
wait, DJ Hamp.
Make it to the jail, Tyson.
I'm saying if they arrest you
no, I ain't trying to
fight it.
I didn't hear the question.
This
was after the child is dead.
Yeah.
Say again.
You heard the question?
The question was the scenario of the question was after the child.
You got it. We get it.
After the child died. Okay.
Yeah, so for me, you cannot litigate anything on the side of the road, right?
Yeah.
And these people don't have any positive intention for you ever. You are a threat to them as soon as they pull up to you. So if you expect fairness, you're being willfully obtuse.
Thank you.
You understand? And so with that's my son's. Well, he's only 3, right? But that'll be his understanding. They see you as an enemy.
Yep.
They see you, let alone a threat. They see you as an enemy. They have a presupposition about you because of BET. Right?
He said after the child died. I might have a different opinion there.
This is my son's mindset, right? It makes no sense to try to litigate something right then, right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you get to a place where daddy can help you.
Yep.
I can't help you right then. You see, so that's the mindset.
Yeah.
The
reason I asked that Hamp is because I asked that question to prove a point. I would have accepted his death because I know he didn't follow the law. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I know in my heart, I would have been like, you didn't have to kill him.
Yeah, we tried to answer it like that, and you gave us. You said we had to be one of the Rockstar.
After the fact, I might have a different opinion. I ain't gonna lie. God forbid, I don't know.
Rockstar, when it's your own, you know that we're personally gonna have feelings. But the issue is that I really am glad that everybody heard active fathers say this, because the point that needs to be made here is that why would you think my values are questionable just because my child did something. I'm so solid that my values and principles don't change, even if when they affect me as bad as that. That makes me a weak man. I'm not a weak man.
Now,
hold on. What I was getting at was the good part about that is when we are this solid, this shit really has not almost no chance of happening to our children. Now, I'm gonna be honest, when you really look at it, the people who are this way with their children, their children just kind of fall off, the radar. That's the bad part, is that when we look at the statistics of who is really suffering from these issues, it's the people that do not have this example at home. Unfortunately, nobody told you. Like, I had to tell my niece, and now I'm telling my nephew, because they're the ones that are teenage. If I see your ass at a protest, I'm coming with my AR-15 strap to pull your dumb ass out of there. That's not how we do things, and that's not even what this thing represents. You can get hurt, and if you want to learn how to make a difference in the world, let me teach you how to do it. Don't go here making stupid statements, putting yourself in front of law enforcement, because then you become a threat. That's not the way we express our values and principles in this world.
Well, okay, that's a different point.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Protesting is marketing, right? I think where we fall short of protesting is we don't have a product after we market it. So we'll complain about a thing, but then what's the product from all the marketing we've done, right? We're not asking for substantive things. We just, during the George Floyd era, Black people had a lot more leverage, and we didn't leverage it in a way in which it was substantial, in my opinion. We just had the shirts that could say egregious things, and everybody just be like, right on, So I think that's a key to me. Go ahead, Mr. Williams. Sorry.
See, Rockstar, I got 7 sons, right? So,
God damn.
By me being when I was even growing up, and I knew how the police was, I had to teach them that when you start driving, police pull you over. These are the things that you need to do, because for one, you already have a strike against you because you're Black. So then you have to just comply with them, be very respectful, and they tend to just let your ass go. As long as you're not speeding or doing some stupid shit. But I've always raised my kids that, for one, comply with the officers. Don't give them a reason to pull you out of the car, to have you step out of the car. The goal is to always get home. Always.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree. It was just a general question, so I don't play that shit with my kids. Obey the goddamn law. Shit, obey the law.
Yeah, I can't.
What if the law not lawful? What if the shit is unlawful?
I'll ride for you. I can ride for you if you're doing what you're supposed to do, what I raised you to do. But if you're gonna be out here and you're gonna be causing chaos, ain't shit I can do.
If they unlawful, make it home first, and then we can go take that shit to
court.
What
if they say, let them search y'all? Are y'all okay with the car being searched? And they say like,
no, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, right? So this is what I'm saying. Most people don't know the law and don't know the statutes and don't know whatever. If you don't got nothing wrong, Cheeky, I understand the people that want to be that and want to do that and so on and so forth. By all means, man. But you better have the money, you better have the backing, you better know the fucking law like the back of your hand. That's 1% of people, Cheeky. And what we see is a lot of these people, I don't answer questions and shit. You know what happened? Your ass don't answer questions, you still go to jail. Okay. Yep. That again, we're being our view of police and human interactions and citizen interactions, bro, is being perverted. Most people do not have the motherfucking depth of law knowledge to be doing that shit. I ain't got nothing in my car, bro. Again, I've never even had the police say they were gonna search my car. But if they wanted to search it, you know what I'm gonna say? Fuck it, search it. I ain't got nothing in here. I don't got nothing in here. So what the fuck? I'm gonna let you fucking do that shit, whatever. And then you know what I can still do after that? Cheeky, I can file a fucking report. You can always file a report against the fucking police, and that's the part that don't fix it.
Ain't shit gonna happen because if you consent to the search, it don't matter.
Well, it's illegal. Well, I can still. It's under duress. Look, I was fucking intimidated under duress for fucking illegal search of my vehicle, and due to me being fucking afraid, so on and so forth, I can still file a suit, Cheeky. That's what I'm saying. There's recourse for these things, bro.
Okay, well, me and Mr. Fantastic and I would disagree in that circumstance, right? Because Rockstar posed a question about our child, right? The child is unprepared, but as a grown man, understanding within the confines of the law and the judicial system, I can also not comply to a legal search and seizure. You see, I would, okay, but I'm saying that I'm not saying we should just lay down, Mr. Fantastic, right? There's things that you can do. I'm saying that our children, right? Because Rockstar gave us that, the child, right? He's not prepared yet.
Yeah,
that's my mindset with him.
So in case I missed something, this is what I'm saying. if you are well aware of your First, Second Amendment, Fourth Amendment rights, all these fifth, all these things, and you are a fucking constitutionalist, and you are wonderful in your state about the statutes and the traffic violations and regulations and all these different things, by all means, go right ahead. What I'm saying is, Hamp, people are out here claiming to be motherfucking what do they call it? Sovereign citizens. You know how many sovereign citizens I see get locked the fuck up?
Yeah,
and that's really a thing for real. I mean, well, it's not, but you know, it's whatever. It's things where people, if they know what the fuck they're doing, that it actually exists, right? What I'm saying is, Hamp, most people think that they're going to be able to do this and have this back and forth and argue with fucking police about the statutes and shit, and it's still not going in their favor. I.e., remember we covered the shit about the boy in Jacksonville here, the boy that got punched in the face in Jacksonville. They broke his window, snatched him out the car. At the end of the day, Hamp, he was right.
Yeah.
It wasn't raining. It wasn't raining. They didn't have a way to fucking stop him. But what happened, Hamp? The nigga got locked the fuck up. He got his tooth chipped, and he not gonna get nothing from it. Okay. So what I'm saying is, if you want to put yourself through all the extra shit, by all means, you know, go ahead, you know, roll the dice. But I'm telling my kids, bro, you ain't got nothing illegal or whatever going on, bro. They want to do all this extra shit, so on and so forth. Get the ticket, get the badge number, get all the information, and you can get a check from the fucking police department. I would much rather you do some illegal shit than me and you be 1000% illegal, and then me win on the back end and get paid for it, than me trying to motherfucking play with my life or my health in the process of arguing with you on the street.
And we telling people to enter lose-lose situations, bro. I've literally never seen a back and forth on the side of the road that was recorded that somebody basically won, or you don't see it often. Lawyers lose on the side of the road. So like, why would we tell our child, like Hamp said, that's unprepared and naive, to go ahead and litigate and hold court on the street? That's stupid. It's an unfortunate situation. And that's the part where we all agree, like, damn, these people corrupt. Damn, they crooked, but you got to make it to the crib. And to what Fantastic said about being pulled over, the only I used to drive cars with 20-inch rims. They love pulling them over in certain areas, right? But the only thing that I asked, I was like, wait, was that a question? May I deny? I'm on my way to work. Y'all gonna make me late. And they just let me go. So I'm like, I'm not about to go back and forth with them. I said, are you asking me or are you telling me you about to serve? No, you got to give us permission. Then respectfully, I would like to not. And I just waited. But at no point am I ever going to encourage my child to have a disrespectful discourse with authority. And I think that people are not understanding that children aren't just learning from us. They learning from their peers. They learning from these TV shows. And if we tell them to litigate court in the street, they ass going to end up in jail or dead. I'd never give that advice.
That's what I'm saying. By all means, like I said, if you are well aware, hey, and you want to motherfucking be Matlock on the side of the street, by all means, brother. Hey, congratulations, win that case. When your ass end up in them motherfucking handcuffs after you done did all this talking and yapping and back and forth, now what? And they're gonna fucking trump the charges up and shit up on you anyway. And now you got obstructing, or you may have assault on the fucking LEO. It's just so many things are going down that road, bro. And that's what I'm saying. You know, again, people even now we got the point of where the dude was like, he threw something in the car. They had found something in the man's car and they threw the fucking shit back in there. They find in there because they was fucking investigating and just put it back in the car. But from the angle that Buddy did it, he made it look like they was throwing some drugs or some shit in the car, and that wasn't the case. So like I said, bro, everything about the thing is where the police are bad. Nigga, you not finna shoot for if somebody fucking do nothing to you. You ain't got no steppers. You ain't finna fucking get active and go fucking be Billy the Kid in the street. Something go wrong, nigga, you calling the police. So all you fake tough ass gangster niggas need to shut the fuck up and do what you gonna do. Okay, the police are here for a reason. If you didn't have police, 10% of the people in the fucking country would be able to move around because you wouldn't be able to handle fucking savages. You motherfuckers ain't finna pop shit. You ain't prepared for shit. You too fucking scary. You don't know nothing about tactics. You don't know how to move. You don't know when somebody's even fucking following you. So I love when you niggas talk this shit about the police like the police is just all bad and they serve no fucking purpose when all you see is the bad shit from the fucking police, bro. They don't ever show you the good shit. They don't ever show you fucking police actually fucking nullifying somebody that's fucking the shit up. The piece of shit dude that was in what was it? It was a recent last year, Hamp, to where the police stopped the dude from doing the fucking mass shooting. He's finna go in and do a mass shooting. Police got to him and killed him before he can get it going. So again, man, like I said, the police do way more fucking good than bad. There are bad cops out here, but when you start talking this fucking anarchist mindset, like you niggas are prepared to defend yourself and you're not, most of you motherfuckers don't even own a gun. And even if you own a gun, you don't know how to fucking shoot. Okay, so please stop this tough talk shit. Like all cops are bad and just the cops don't do nothing but this and that. No, come on, bro, get the fuck out of here, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Mr. Fantastic, I had an interesting take on the police officer, the construct itself. I think, do you agree that the system is overwhelmingly flawed?
Yeah, I think the system is overwhelmingly flawed because the police have too much leeway. It's not I think
just the judicial system in entirety, right? Like there's a lot of things that, as we work through it, there's a whole lot of flaws, even up to like plea bargain, parole, probation. A lot of these things are broken, And so when I look at the construct of police officer, I don't think there's a such thing as a good police officer because the system is so broken, right? So it's like did I freeze? My bad. Did I freeze?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
It's essentially like plugging in my controller. It'll light up. But if the system, remember that ring of death that we used to get? Like that's kind of how I see it. Now, the person, for sake of conversation, may be a good person. However, once you have to do a job in such a flawed system, that construct compromises the person.
Well, no, that's every system though, Hamp. The medical system is fucking flawed. So every
I'm saying, do you agree? You understand my sentiment? That's all. I'm not even. Do you think?
I don't agree because every system has major flaws. Every system has flaws. You go up high enough, there's some type of nefarious activity of somebody that's taking advantage of whatever something in some place. Like I said, if you go medical, you go financial, you go whatever. There's bad people in those things. Okay. If we're talking agricultural, right? So if there's a bad system in everything, therefore you can't tell the people that are good people within the bad system that they're automatically bad. That just don't go together. That don't work like that.
The construct of the officer itself, right? Because of what they have to project.
I don't think that's a
fair comparison.
Nah,
it's
a
very fair comparison.
I think you just use those other examples to gratify your thoughts. Now, I personally think there are more good cops than bad cops, but it's kind of like if someone asks, "Are all drug dealers bad people?" By default, yes. So if we can safely say that drug dealers are bad people by default, when we know not all of them are bad, then we can safely say police are bad by default, even though I think most cops are not bad people. But again, like Ham said, the system is so heavily flawed. By default, they are.
I got you. So let me respond. So what makes your comparison?
Exactly right. I'm not demonizing the people. I'm breaking down like the construct that they submit to when they put on their uniform.
Let me break down to why his analogy is a poor analogy. Your poor analogy is based off criminality. I'm pretty sure you're talking about street level drug dealers and not like pharmaceuticals, right? Because I included
laws too.
So that's what I'm saying. So the pharmaceutical industry within itself is bad. It's horrible, right? We know what they did with fucking Oxycontin and all the Western names, right? But at the same time, you have medicines that actually help. So are all medicines bad because of fucking Oxycontin? No, that's what I'm saying. So my analogy was right and exact and equally matched. There's bad things in everything, but we're talking when we get into the illegal drug trade. No, all illegal drug dealers are bad because there's no positive fucking outcome from that. There's no positive outcome of that. Okay. There's no positive from fucking illegal drugs. Fentanyl, unless you got a motherfucking anesthesiologist giving it to you, it's no good for you. Okay, you're not taking it for the right reasons.
Okay,
right?
so it's only bad if you can legally give it to them, but it's okay if the people that are legally able to give them the bad drugs. So you're saying they're not bad by default?
Yeah, I am. I'm saying that the legal pharmaceutical industry, the legal drugs, has both good and bad drugs. So there's help and hurt. What I'm saying is the illegal aspect of it, there is no help. There's only hurt. Now I know the weed heads gonna argue and say, "Oh, weed," but no, nigga, no, stop it.
But how can you say? Because I think we're both really agreeing, except when you say it's a bad comparison. Because if that's the case, then I could use the comparison that the police were originally slave troopers.
Well, that's not true either. That's another thing too. There were police that existed way before. Police existed way before the whole slave thing, bro. There were fucking police in Rome, brother. So again, that's more propaganda that we're saying to where you're gonna use that argument. Police, the concept of police existed before America existed.
Well, I didn't say the concept of police. I'm saying part of the first form of police was them catching runaway slaves. Remember, in the beginning, this was a sort of a self-governed society.
Yeah, but slaves weren't just black people. Also, you also had other people that were slaves too. So that's what I'm saying. So if we're gonna do that, now you got to give credence. So it wasn't just to catch black people; it was anybody that was trying to escape or whatever, right? So what I'm saying is this, right? The reason why you can't say the police are all bad or just the police are bad because of the nature of the business that they're in is because the police actually do good. And as you said, Rockstar, and I think Hamp might attest to, I can't say it, whatever, but police do way more good than bad. Now, once we start moving up in the whole judicial system, they're just a branch of a larger tree. So I think there are way more troubles and more problems once we get to the actual charges and the legalities and state and federal and so on and so forth. And then there's so many things as to where we've removed to where the citizen was going back to your point, Rockstar. In earlier times, the citizen were responsible for knowing the law and being able to defend themselves before they took that power away and dumbed the people down and then made lawyers, right? So now the government tells you you're not smart enough to represent yourself. You're not smart enough to know what the law is. You're not smart enough to just go to your state, whatever, and read the statutes and shit and so on and so forth. So now you have to get this other person to represent you, to defend you, right? So I think that in itself is very, very problematic. But if you start learning how these things go, bro, again, until we get up to a point of where we get back to you can represent yourself in court, which is never going to happen, I think it's just like I'm not going to say moot, but it's like an unrealistic argument or expectation.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think when it comes to the police, right? I think that for example, when drug dealers say some street dudes rob a bank, right, or rob a store or something, right, and there may be people in the area that know about it, but they don't snitch or they don't do anything about it, right? Then I don't agree with that. So why is it that when a cop can beat somebody in front of other cops or do this, I never see them held accountable by their initial peers?
No, that's in the majority, I think you're correct. The majority of everybody has a brotherhood, everybody has a law, everybody has a fraternity, and there are rules within the system, right? Hey, you don't want to be the snitch, you don't want to be the person to tell, and so on and so forth. But I have seen situations, thanks to modern technology and things, where cops have arrested other cops for going too far, right?
They'll go to internal affairs behind their back.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you that's the minority of the fucking situations. But again, that still does happen. You feel what I'm saying? So and what happens is we get the one or the very, very few cases, the 1%, right? People even talk about shootings, police shootings. Bro, police have millions and millions of interactions with people, and you might get maybe 100,000 shootings or whatever. You feel me? So even we talking about police actually harming the public versus their interactions is few and far in between, bro. But again, the only thing that gets focused is when somebody's shot and killed or so on and so forth.
Ham, could I touch on the good and bad cop right quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to go back to what Rockstar said earlier. There's a numerous amount of officers that don't take the free kills, right? Mm-hmm. So I would consider, in the surmise of the conversation, I would consider those good cops, the cops that don't do the things that they can do, not necessarily the ones that just because they're not throwing illegal drugs inside your car on a stop, because you're not supposed to do that anyway. But I'm saying the ones that do that, for sure, they're bad cops. And then, Hamp, I wanted to ask you on the terms of good and bad cops, because I do agree with what you're saying as far as based on the actual structure and some of the laws and things that they have to uphold, that the job will make, I guess the uniform would put you in a certain light. But so I guess it's not making him a good cop, but okay, you get pulled over and the police kind of let you off, give you a warning. It wasn't that serious, you know what I mean? He give you a warning and let you go. That same cop would do some dirty shit to somebody else, but I would consider that cop a decent cop, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's a good cop or a bad cop type of thing. Mm-hmm. So how will we?
I think there's decent people who try to do the job of a vehemently flawed system, you know? So because of the confines, the constructs of the system itself, it's difficult for me to call the construct of the police officer just a construct good, because the system's so broken. But I think people put on the uniform and try to do their best to conduct themselves fairly to the people in which they police. So I do believe that people do that, yeah. And I think that there's people that take advantage of the flaws, to your point, you know. And because those flaws exist, as soon as they put on the uniform, the concept in our country of the police officer is flawed as well, because the system is broken. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, if you put on that uniform, like, yeah, you know, Zagu a good dude, but the things he got to do, how we have to implement based on our system, that shit gets shaky a lot of the time, you know.
Yeah.
So it's all, you know, like my brother's a CO too, and He like, yo, they get a code, and he be like, you should see some of the dudes that be running to them code. They live for that shit. My brother,
Right.
he big strong dude. You know, he got a opportunity to try out for the CFL. Just to give you guys context, you know what I'm saying? Like he a good athlete, and he be just running because that's his job. These motherfuckers be running over to get their shit off. You know what I'm saying?
No, you got officers like that. Like, I mean, in my 22-year career, I done seen all that, right? You see cats that, you know, they live for that. They come to work like, all right, what we going, what's popping today? You know what I'm saying? They coming to work jacked up, ready to go. Me myself, I've always been a laid back dude. But you need those officers though. In a lot of cases, you need those officers to, you know, kind of, push it down and be enforcers. And then you got more cats that are me, like more like verbal judo. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to talk a nigga off the ledge, like, hey, you know, chill. You know, we ain't got to do all this today. You know, that type. You know what I'm saying? So I think both of those are required in policing. Unfortunately, because we do have bad people out here trying to harm other people and sell drugs and harm their community. And sometimes you need that enforcement aspect of law enforcement. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need more community policing to talk, you know, to know
let me ask you.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, what do you think we need more of?
I think community policing is always the best policing. I think you know what I'm saying? Like in certain situations, when I know who your mom is and who your brother, you know what I'm saying? I have more avenues to de-escalate certain situations, you know what I'm saying? Because I know who you are, I know what you're about, I know what your family's about. And some people are just gonna be knuckleheads, so you need that enforcement aspect too. And you know what I'm saying? And you it's nothing, you know, it's always gonna be them bad seeds that you really can't do anything for and save. I think community policing, and you know that too as a community policer, you know, this kid's off the rails. He off the rails. He's a menace. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's always the best policy.
I got you. And I think I agree, right? Because I want to believe that you can make an impact where people going to adhere and listen because you got familiarity. However,
you got that rapport.
They got evidence of it.
100%, right? But most of the cases I've seen, anecdotally speaking, on the internet, and it was DC. So I used to live in DC, so I know these areas. They telling the cop, nigga, you a whore. Nigga, we used to whoop your ass in high school, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Baltimore.
You know? So then, like, you know, I'm just like, damn, did this shit backfire?
Well, nah, it's
gonna be those kids. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
If you've seen Baltimore's mayor, he talks about that system that they implement using the community, the communal people. You know, the crime, like the violent crime system, just dropped significantly. It'll be the lowest shit that Baltimore has in killings. And I think that because the officer, although he may have been bullied or whatever, he doesn't have the power or the authority to reenact the bully he may have faced. Now it's just people who ain't never been bullied going, bro, we can't do this because we can't. Like the people that's enacting or policing the community, they're people that have been part of that community for a long time and may have gone to jail and came out and been like, man, y'all know me. Y'all know how this should get. We can't be doing that. So there's also that too.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be negatives to both, but I think the community policing positives far outweigh the negatives in that type of situation. You know what I'm saying?
I can see it. I just kind of just think because I just remember that clip and I know the street
that's gonna happen too. We know you, bro. Don't come over here policing me, bro. We know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but to your point, the pros outweigh the cons, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Let me see if we got any super chats real quick. It's fantastic. We didn't even hold on. My brother Sean Antonio in the building with the $5 says, I must be on the other side of the plantation.
Damn, niggas still slaves in 2026?
Yeah. Why knows Chronicles with the $5 says he cleared the vehicle no matter her intent. She was unalived by the shots that came from the passenger side. Only one shot to the windshield. Retaliation. Deborah with the $2 says Mr. Williams comes in with the quick W. I think I already read this. Yep. Damn, man. I don't know. Did we miss anything? Mr. Fantastic, we at the 3 hour mark. If we can get to the extension, maybe for the last hour because you were talking about that Somali thing. You're saying that this tied in, but I am ignorant to that.
Yeah, so all of this stems from
well, let me do this real quick. We need a $60 to the Cash App for the extension of the show, or $100 to the super chat so we can keep it going. This was one thing that Mr. Fantastic was saying tied in. We'll give y'all a couple minutes to do it. If not, we'll see y'all tomorrow, most high willing. Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
So everything started with this kid named Nick Shirley. He's just a journalist or whatever, and he started going around with a guy that had been doing this for years, chronicling how much of the tax dollars was going to these things, right? And he came to find out that these people were getting hundreds of millions of dollars, and for child food programs, early education. Another big one was autism and so on and so forth. When they went to the things, either the buildings were empty or nobody was there, and all of this shit was just crazy, bro, to where all of this fraud when shit was going on. So that's the whole Somali thing that ties in with this whole situation, because you have these people, right? Here we go. And I got the video right here. Give me a second.
To the Somali fraud investigation. As we've discussed before, authorities have discovered suitcases containing hundreds of millions of dollars in a Minnesota airport. Now, in the meantime, Republicans are working to cut funding for Somali-led organizations with alleged ties to the massive fraud scandal. Now, as the FBI pushes forward with its own investigation, one key question arises: what does accountability even look like in this case moving forward? So joining us now to talk about all of this and more is New York Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. Congresswoman, thanks so much for being with us tonight.
Great to be on with you too. What a crazy time we're seeing here, aren't we?
Absolutely insanity. And I know oversight in the House is looking into these fraud allegations, but I wonder if it's even bigger than we have uncovered thus far. The $700 million in cash going out of the airports there. I have a feeling we are still just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Now, to give you reference, HAMP, $700 million, and because you got to report anything over 10,000. This is more than like DC, Chicago, major airports that are way bigger and with way more traffic. Yet these people have to report over $700 million of flying with cash money, you know what I'm saying, in the airport.
It looks really bad, and obviously very alarming to see that this U.S. cash has been legally going through our airports. And of course, there is a requirement of reporting if you're going to carry more than $10,000. There's a reporting requirement, but I think a really interesting part about this is, isn't it going to be a little suspicious when you start seeing 10,000, 100,000, millions, and now more, as John reported earlier, more money that goes through JFK, goes through the Minneapolis airport. Something's wrong there. And I think something that's very interesting that we impose on banks is that banks are required under banking law to require and file and keep track of what they call suspicious activity reports. This is something I think we need to do now when we see the large amounts of U.S. cash, and it's always U.S. cash. I mean, you're not going to see, Chinese yen or anything else going through there. And U.S. cash is king, and we need to certainly have this type of cash exchange reported. It's interesting because you see all this illegal immigration we've had over this time. And by the way, most of those Somalis that are in Minnesota probably came through a refugee program, and probably many of them are already legal American citizens. So suspicious activity reports, some kind of would really be helpful. I'm looking at ways that we might be able to do this so that we could actually look at what's going on. Banks are required to do that. Individuals are not. But I'll tell you, if I'm a TSA agent or anyone else and I see this kind of cash going through, and that you're able to report the amount of cash going through, that it's happening in plain sight. We're seeing corruption in plain sight. Most of the remittances that go back often go to these foreign countries, and there's substantial portions of their economy, whether it's Guatemala and Mexico and other countries. Their own workers are sending that money back. But this is at a level that is just unprecedented. And I really think we need to look into a way to track that and to actually show that we can hold them accountable. And that type of suspicious activity leads to fraud, arrest, and what we're seeing unfold every day in Minnesota, which seems to get worse by the day.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I want to ask about the two most common ways aliens, by the way, legal residents in the United States, but move money out of the country: remittance payment centers, and of course these cash couriers like the ones that we're working out of the Minneapolis airport. Is there any thought in Congress to requiring that a remittance payment business or a cash courier ascertain and make sure that before they move money, the person that they're moving money from out of the United States is a lawful resident or citizen?
Yeah, I think that should be a requirement. And also they should have some kind of certification that you are a person that we can trust. Our intelligence forces have already vetted that you can be carrying these huge amounts of cash back and forth to other countries. And I don't think those types of laws are in place. And I think that's a really good way to start having accountability and also tracking where this cash leaving the United States is going. And look what it would have led to had we paid attention to this over the last 10 years and what you reported earlier on $700 million. I mean, that's almost $1 billion going, I think it was $700 million going, through an airport in Minneapolis, not JFK. Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. So the Somalians are moving that much money through?
Yeah, that's just the cash money. That's not to mention actual government funds and things and programs that the money's not being accounted for.
And okay, so what's the fraudulent part?
The fraudulent part is, like I said, all of the money that's being used in the programs, but they don't have the children to account for in the in the daycares. They don't have the meals. And remember, for the people that are talking this shit, there have already been several indictments and convictions of fraud in that area from people abusing not only COVID funds, but stuff like EBT fraud, other government for funds and things like that, man. Again, I briefly talked about this before, but just to see the uptick in like autism claims and medicals and stuff, all this different stuff, bro, just to that city alone, bro, it's literally impossible. It is impossible to have that much of an increase of government funds going to those programs in the short amount of distance and time.
Okay, so you saying they on their Brett Favre shit?
Oh, 10 times worse than Brett Favre. Brett Favre ain't got shit on them.
Okay.
Brett Favre learned it from them.
Damn. So are they illegal people? Are they illegal? Or are they green card holders? Or what are they?
So some are, right.
Even
I think
the minority thing.
Yeah. Most are citizens. I want to say at least of the people that's convicted. I'm pretty sure most of those people that actually been convicted are naturalized citizens, though. Now, this is what brings up the next thing. You can lose your naturalization if you're going against the what they call it, the things contrary to America or something like that or whatever, or you're breaking the law. So that's a big part too that's playing into this thing that people don't understand. This is a major play for citizenship and all these different things and whatnot, what have you, because they have claimed that some of the funds have gone to terrorist organizations and things over, in Africa and Somali area and stuff, whatever, and whatnot. They've claimed it. They haven't had any proof for it yet. That's why I'm saying claimed. But the fraud, bro, like I said, we're talking billions of dollars over like maybe a 7-year span or something.
Okay. So you saying naturalized citizen means what?
Naturalized citizen means you are not a born citizen and you gain citizenship. If you break the laws, you can be denaturalized.
Okay. And so these fraud claims could potentially do that. Yeah. Okay. Now, they're committing fraud because they don't actually have these businesses or daycares and etc. essentially?
Here you go. I got the video right here. Here you go. Hold on 1 second.
Anybody else edified on this?
Yeah, so that Nick Shirley character has been proven to be a fraud, in the video that he didn't really prove any real fraud. He went to the daycares during time frames where they weren't open. He went to like multi facilities with multiple businesses in them in the same business. Yeah, so his representation of it is false. It's not good, but the fraud is there. The Biden committee in White House, or when they was in there, and Tim Walz was already, trying to attack and address that issue. That white lady had got convicted of fraud with the SNAP benefits. So fraud is happening in Minnesota, and they're trying to fix it and curtail it. But the reason why it became big is because of the way he tried to document it, and it just wasn't. There was no real journalism done on his part in his video.
Okay.
So it was.
Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, it definitely was.
The gentleman that he was with, the dude name was Don or whatever. The dude actually is a citizen of Minnesota, and he's been looking into this before pre-COVID.
For years.
Let me finish, Cheek. He has documented, and he's got the information from several government websites. This gentleman here, on the paper, he's getting how many people they should have in the facility, how much funds they're getting, and what they've actually been doing over the years. He's been there looking inside. So they've asked citizens, have they seen kids come and go? Now this specific, the learning, not this one, the quality Leering, the Leering Center,
right.
they were proven to do something. I don't want to know fraudulent or whatever, but this is what
It
happened.
wasn't fraud, but that's the point.
Let me finish my statement, Chief, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
The lady came out, the lady that works for the city came out and said that place was closed 1 week prior to Nick Shirley showing up there. Then 2 days later, they were on the news being shown bringing in kids to the facility with now open signs. 3 days later, it's officially state closed down. They said they wanted to close it down because of whatever. It looks like they're hiding from whatever. Now, I get what you're saying about he showed up during their times of not being open. But what he did show up was during legal state of Minnesota time. If you're getting funds from the state of Minnesota, it requires your building to be open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So from him saying 2 to 7 and you were outside our business hours, that's cat, because you're supposed to be legally open from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. if you're receiving those state funds. So either that's fraud or something, whatever you want to call it. But
So that
place
again,
wasn't up and up.
So again, people had already done investigations into it. That note there was a notice on the door that he didn't show that was explaining to them the times of operation of when things happen. Yes, the student Leering place, they did get inspected, but it wasn't for fraud. It was for something totally different. My point is, in this video, when you watch the entire thing, you don't get any full details of what that paper is saying. He's just saying it's right here. So the people that were investigating, just like the Minnesota's own Fox News, Fox 7, they did their own investigation there, where they took their own real news reporters from Fox and gave an explanation of what was going on. And Nick Shirley guy did not do the same thing. His level of journalism is minimal at best. He's trying to spread some propaganda, and their news station within Minnesota confirmed it and even confronted him on that.
No, they proved it.
So my point is, his video of his level of credibility using that video has already been disproven by official news websites by going, hey, this guy, he's conveying a misconception or misunderstanding of this, and they didn't go into detail of what was actually going on in that video. You just had a random white guy that's old saying, says it right here, it's supposed to have 99 people in this building. How does this fit 99? So if you want to see a real breakdown of what's going on, watch the Minnesota or Minneapolis news station that covers it, because they get into the details of here's what was true about this, here's what's false, this is what's being conducted and what's being charged by that Biden administration. Here's what we found. He doesn't do that in his video. So he was a propaganda movement.
Okay, let me say real quick. I know you want to jump in, Fantastic. I'm gonna just say this real quick, and I'm out the way. So basically, that gentleman had proof in the paperwork, but either way, the Leering Center and the other. Damn, go ahead, Fantastic. I'll fuck my point up. I was trying to hold on to it and remember. Go ahead, bro.
Well, no, I'm trying to see what he's saying, of course, right? So of course you're gonna get ahead of things. You're gonna fix things. That's the thing. If I say you're fucking up and you're stealing money and you're doing all these things, so on and so forth, and then you have 2 weeks or you're 14 days to fix shit, right? Of course, and then you come back later to fucking show the shit to counter the point that I'm fucking revealing to everybody. Of course. That's irrelevant. The point, in fact, of the matter is, fuck Nick Shirley. The fact that you have whistleblowers, okay, that sat before Congress and told Tim Walz about told him about the fraud, told him about these exorbitant numbers that shouldn't be where they were, and they were fired to deliberately do it. You can just throw Nick Shirley out the window. That's just like cherry on top of dressing, okay? So the saying that this shit is propaganda, bro, is not. It's not propaganda. You got people on the are they being propagandized? People that have worked for the fucking state, people that work for the state, sat before Congress and said, hey, we were fired because we fucking told Tim Walz in the fucking state of Minnesota that there was fraud going on.
Right. So we're addressing two different things. You use Nick Shirley as a primary source. I'm just saying that is not someone I would use as a primary source. What? Okay. Hold on. Wait. All I'm saying is, one, I didn't disagree that there's fraud, and I didn't disagree that there's an issue that they've been trying to handle from the Biden administration. So it's been going on since before Trump up until now. I only explained that Nick Shirley brought light to this, right? And when he brought light to it, it would put the spotlight on Minnesota, causing Trump to shut down the funds for a lot of their shit in that's going on when it comes to childcare. Brought ICE there. All the reason why Minnesota has been in the news, like you're saying, is connected, is because of the Nick Shirley video. But I don't want people to think that the Nick Shirley video is a good video to understand in totality what's happening.
Well,
and
again,
that
video, the news media want to contradict what he said because they're under fire because they didn't break the story first. So that's another reason why they want to go against what Nick Shirley is saying, because they always call him a MAGA journalist, and he never once said anything about MAGA or anything during this interview or whatever, and this investigation. But that's all I was saying. The news has an agenda to discredit him as well, Cheeky. I think. I watched the news too from that state, and I didn't. If you watch a different news channel, they'll say something different than the news channel Fox 11 or whichever the one that you're stating. That's all.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's been on CNN and he's been on fucking Fox, and neither on CNN nor Fox did they say that he was complete and total fraud and all these different things and whatnot, what have you. The media, the local media, has a bias and a point to make as to where to discredit Nick Shirley. And again, like I said, he's just secondary. Nick Shirley's the name. The real person behind it is the man. The old man that's been there. He said he's been fucking looking at the shit for a amount of years because he started noticing all of these fucking raises and upticks in the money that the taxpayers were paying. So again, the Nick Shirley is just a name, but where's there's smoke, there's definitely fucking fire, and there's a lot of smoke around the fucking city. And Nick Shirley is just a person, the name that got attached to it. Nick Shirley didn't just go up there on his own. He got in contact, and he was contacted by the old white man that had all the fucking documentation, all the paperwork, all of the fucking numbers that these are supposed to be there. And then they talked to other citizens and stuff outside of. Is he a fucking trained journalist? And no, he's not. But that's like 90% of the media now. Everybody with a fucking camera phone is a journalist, bro. So you can't say he's a poor journalist or he has poor journalism simply because he didn't go through the same things as, a paid network would.
No, I'm saying there was no expounding. There was no explanation, right? The guy with the paper who has the numbers, he didn't give how did he calculate those numbers? How did he get the formula? He talked about it, but there was no evidence showing what and why these things happen. That's my point, right? The difference.
24-minute video. If you watch that one, he does break it down, and he said he got those numbers and he got that information from one or two of the
he got it from the government website, right?
So hold on, real quick, right? So just even in this video, he's talking about the 43-minute video. He goes into either a courtroom or some type of actual official city fucking thing to talk to the people. So that's what I'm saying. So it's interactions with the actual people in the buildings, right? And then you had actual. Go ahead.
Right. The thing is, they're having this interaction, but there's no explanation as to where these funds, like how these funds actually break down. Like if you watch in the actual news reporting as to where this money's coming from, what these numbers actually mean. The guy is saying these are what these numbers mean. This is what's going on. He's just telling you what they mean, but no one's explaining anything. That's my point. There's no explanation as to how he got those numbers and whether or not they're accurate based off of a legitimate accounting purpose or whatever the case may be.
The state funds. That's state information. If you're receiving government funds, be the state or federal, you can go down to your courthouse and request it, Cheeky. Anybody that's requested,
I know you can go and request it, but he was also doing math. He's saying these numbers, when you add these things up, don't make sense. Right, so he's doing some form of calculation. He's not just getting the state numbers and that's it. He's not just saying here are the state numbers.
He's saying he's adding commentary to it, like it's too much money or it shouldn't be this way.
He's saying that these things are, and it's like, okay, great, but how did you get to that point?
All right, so it's quite easy, right? So again, this is another thing that, and I'm glad we having the convo, right? So where it becomes to be too much is when you have several of the same businesses, door to door to door to door to door to door to door. That's not normal, Cheeky. I can't go in fucking Jacksonville, biggest fucking geographical fucking city in the thing, and then have a daycare and a daycare and a daycare, or go in a fucking office building to where the office building all got these fucking bullshit LLCs and they're all getting all these things for medical insurance or whatever and so on and so forth, bro. That shit, it don't work that way, Cheeky. So that's what I'm saying. We can't defend shit that's clearly wrong. When just looking at it at face value. It's not propaganda. And when you say it's propaganda, when it's clearly any normal person would tell you, bro, this ain't right. Any fucking CPA would tell you this not right. This not normal. That's how the fraud spreads. That's how the shit gets worked.
Well, one, I've been and worked in buildings where you do have the same services from different companies within within the same floor, right? Like you can go to one floor, have multiple healthcare services, multiple this, that, and the third. So those buildings and things like that's not indicative of something that's fraud.
But you can see the traffic in those type of buildings, or the people that answer the phone calls.
Well, it depends. Well, it would depend on when you go and whether or not they're the most popular ones. So that's my point is the Nick Shirley guy's already been debunked. I don't want to stay on him. They've already been through it. They've already criticized and gone, this person doesn't seem the most credible. And in the video, he's not giving the explanation of details. That's not pushing away from the fraud.
Can you send me that video? Because I can't find it. I'm looking for the one. All I see is CNN and what. Just send me the link. I just want to see what it is.
I'll send it.
I mean, okay. Well, did they detect and expect fraud?
Yes, the federal government has said it.
Yes,
okay, so
it's actively against the fraud. The
point is, Nick Shirley, was he totally off about certain businesses, or?
Yes, he was totally off about certain businesses, and that's the issue. He was off about the student learn. It's learning. Yeah, he was off about that. They weren't found of fraud, and that was the issue that the business owners was having.
The Leering Center, right?
Yeah, they weren't found for fraud, and that was what the video was supposed to be about, and that was the main point. They were found for something totally different, which was needed for an investigation and research, but it wasn't for fraud, right?
But
and
there
that's
never were any kids there until after he came.
But the issue is he didn't prove any fraud, and even when you're saying there weren't kids there. And when you came in the other time and the news station did come, their work is there. So the problem is
the news station came that they were legally closed down, says the state. They were supposed to be closed. They weren't even supposed to have no kids when the news came. They shouldn't have had kids at that point. So,
they fixed the sign. And why would they fix the sign if it was a closed business?
And then now open flags waving.
The point is that's a totally different thing. You can say it's a bad business, but it's not a fraudulent one. You can say it may not have been open, but it's not fraudulent. The issue is
millions of dollars in that building.
Some of the business,
they never had any kids. The neighbors said they never saw any kids. But
DJ Hamp, do you see what's happening? Right, like I'm explaining why they had the issue with that Nick Shirley character in the video he produced. There was no fraud, and there was no evidence of fraud when he went to these areas or went to these businesses, and the businesses then were interviewed by the news, and they were like, no, we didn't get investigated for this. We got investigated for something totally different. Still bad. Doesn't mean the business is good, but it wasn't fraud. Same thing with the autistic place or autism place. You go in there asking how many children you have in there. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows anything about you. You don't have any badge. You just got people around. If they don't want to let you in, doesn't make them guilty of fraud. It just means they don't want to let you in. You're suspicious as well. So when you have other journalists like that had cameras and other things, when they investigated, they did find fraud, but not amongst those same businesses, but just generally in that area of Minnesota. But fraud is there, and they're trying to deal with it on a local level. Tim Walz is in high heat for it and all that. I think he resigned as well.
Who?
I think it was Walz that had stepped away.
No, he didn't. He said he's not going. He didn't resign. He said he's not running for re-election.
Or re-election. Okay.
Yeah, he said he want to focus on fixing the fraud instead of trying to get reelected. That's what he said anyway. But Hamp, I wanted to ask you a quick question. I understand where you're going with it, Cheeky, because he wasn't officially Nick Shirley. What his accusations weren't officially proven to be fraud. I get what you're saying, but Hamp. So if the state, when asked, now this is after, like say 3 days after Nick Shirley goes down there and it goes viral and everything, then they pressure the state. There's a lady, it's online. The lady says, this building or this business has been closed a week before Nick Shirley came. That's why it wasn't open when he got there. Irrelevant of the business hours or anything. This is what the city is saying, that business was closed prior to Nick Shirley's video. That's why there's nothing there. So it shouldn't be open. It should be closed anyway. There's no smoke, no nothing to see. Then 3 days after Nick Shirley's video, news comes and they're wheeling in kids in and out. Like they called the news to show them that they're wheeling in kids and out. But there's not supposed to even be open. So I'm not saying that's fraud. Well, that is fraud because unless you're not getting paid for these kids that you're supposedly bringing in there that day. But anyway, it is smoke and it is suspicious. Does that not cause light on the situation or reason for it?
I think what it is So he's alleging fraud with his words, you know. But I think the exposure that he brought to these businesses, and I think that he helped be a catalyst for corrective action. So even if it's not fraud directly, what he did is beneficial to those governmental agencies that are giving out this money that's unproven businesses. They would have never fixed the sign if he didn't. I only remember that part because I was scanning through the YouTube and it said Leering Center. I remember that. You know. Also, what'll happen is they'll technically have kids on the books in which they're collecting money for, but are those kids frequenting the establishment? You see, so they'll be violated based on codes, but what is actually happening? You know, I had to take a plea one time, Zagu, and I plead out on certain charges. They threw out the rest because we made a deal.
Facts.
So when I hear this shit, okay, yeah, I ain't hit you with the fraud button, but I hit you with this violation and that violation and this violation and that violation. Shit, you might as well have hit me with the fraud button. I'm just thinking of it like logically, you know. So I think that he did a lot more damage to them than they giving him credit for.
Yeah, like most importantly, man, like I said, this is something he brought it to for whatever reason. I think the social media aspect of it. To Chiki's point, like I said, he's not a true journalist, right? Journalism is changing though. I think that's another thing that now that everybody has anybody can be a journalist, right? The definition of journalism is changing. Not saying that we don't need traditional journalism, but I think the social media effect, like you said, Hamp, is what made this thing pop to where it was something that it has to be sensational for people to care. Most people don't watch the news, right? I think there's an age limit on news for the most part. You know what I mean? Like motherfuckers not really watching on news, man, but everybody has a Twitter or IG or whatever. And you go viral on TikTok, IG, Instagram, Facebook, all these things, so on and so forth. This is how people get a lot of their information. So being that, and then it brought light to something that was already existing. Like you said, they was talking about Somali fraud 3 months ago, last year, before this hit mainstream. I didn't know about this big time until the Nick Shirley shit really started happening and everybody was talking about it. So in order for people to care, I think it has to be new journalists to bring light to something, especially if you're talking about something that's going to be, you know, region specific and city specific. But overall, talks to another big issue and problem of a lot of the fraud that people are taking advantage of in the country, and the taxpayers are you know, having to pay for. I'm trying to remember what the numbers were. Somebody in the chat can correct me, but as far as the IRS goes, it's like almost 50%, if not 50% of IRS funding goes to detecting fraud. So for all the money they collect or whatever, so on and so forth, pretty much half of that money is forfeit because they have to use it to try and detect people that's trying to get over on the government. Now, you're never going to be able to stop fraud completely and totally. That's never going to be realistic. But if you cut down the fraud, it saves you money on the front end and the back end.
They
you don't get the money, and then you don't have to worry about it
to recover. My bad, fantastic. I'm sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that the Somalis pretty much has a big influence in the state of Minnesota. They sent $35 million to Tim Walz, so he could actually. That's where he came out of nowhere and had that $35 million and jumped on the ballot. They also. The guy that was out front of the Quality Leering Center was seen in a video dancing at the mayor's inaugural ball or inauguration. So they're all in cahoots, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying if you're a legit businessman, you can't support local legislation and shit like that, local politicians, but it's ironic that the guys that's standing there protecting them, I'm just saying, there's a reason why they don't want to hit them with the fraud button. Like Hamp was saying, you know, they hit him with something else, but it's enough fraud going around. So, you know, we're gonna try to skirt that under the rug. We don't want to seem like the whole state is supporting and complicit with the fraud. So we're gonna hit you with something to close you down. But yeah, I'm just saying they got a big influence in the whole state of Minnesota. So a lot of that money, that fraudulent money, is being spent there to control the laws and the rules, and so that way they can move the way they want to. And the stats say it too, 88% or 81, I'm sorry, with the 81% of their households was on you know, some sort of federal assistance, and then after 10 years, 78 or 73% are still on it. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, they're playing that game, man. They playing that if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying game. You know, so I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. They got friends in high places, so they get them kickbacks and they get them government contracts and leads that the normal businessmen don't get. So they're able to reestablish and redistribute that in their communities. That's why they all tend to drive certain kind of cars and do certain kind of things, and then their siblings, based on stats, are on social programs because they can say that they don't have a job because they get their money under the table. But it is what it is.
Damn, this is America, man.
So where you?
Sorry, Chief. They ain't hit the extension, man. We're gonna have to revisit this another time. You heard?
Cheeky, I apologize, bro, man. I've been jumping in on your conversation a bit. I apologize about that.
No, you good. I was just trying to figure out where you getting the information from. Like, where can I look it up? Because I'm sending the two Minnesota links that they did, and then I'll send you the articles in the back chat. But I'm just trying to figure out
the numbers on a percentage of the household.
Well, yeah, what you just said, like everything you just said. Where are you getting that from?
Okay. Well, there's a list and it's color coded. It's a .gov site. I don't really know how to send it and all of this because I don't have it on my computer right here. It's in my phone and I'm on my laptop. But I'll make a point to get it to HAMP. And I think I had your Instagram or something like that. You got Instagram, right, Chief?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
I don't check the DM at my DM.
Yeah, me too. I'm bad at that, but
but yeah,
it's a state governed.
Oh, well, if it's a state thing, I'll just look it up.
And it's a whole site. It'll tell you the percentage of Americans on it, Somalians on it, different all of the races in America. And it goes down and it tells you the percentage of their people in America on it. It just
I got you.
Deborah with the $5 says, "Newsflash: you don't need any credentials or any specific degree to be a journalist. We're all the media now." Mm-hmm. Maurice November with the $5 and thank you for the $10 to the Cash App. He said, "Great panel." And also, confirmation bias is a tendency to search for, interpret, and favor and recall information in a way that confirms or supports one's beliefs. Sean Brewer tells us Cheeky is Somalian. It's not. That Life with the $5 says HAMP, and we love Cheeky. He has to be stopped. He said, "Go listen to the Minneapolis news station for the blow by blow pause, like they aren't in on it too." Really? Cheeky, you want to respond to any of these?
Bro, if y'all don't go and just watch and read some credible that he's independent as losers, you can't just trust everything.
And this one, can you confirm or deny?
Well, that I'm Somali?
Yes.
I'm the captain now, so shut that up.
I seen this nigga forehead in real life. He don't qualify.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
He
ain't full enough.
Yeah, nah.
He got the forehead.
He got a regular forehead, man. He ain't got a
regular. Oh no, he's straight. Man. Reaper with the $5 says, "Salute. Did this Nick guy investigate Amy Brock of Minnesota, who stole $250 million of welfare funds that were supposed to feed hungry kids?"
Fuck no.
Sean Brewer with the 2000. God damn, Cheeky, you can't go against everything. Sean with the $5 says, "Now you see why Tim Walz was picked to run with Kamala out of nowhere. This happening in Minnesota. No coincidence. Pound fraud." Sean Brewer with the $10 says, "Facts is we would never have found this out if Trump weren't president. You can hate him all you want. This is why Democrats want to keep us paying a lot of taxes. More, and more. Pound fraud." Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Perfect. Zach Goo. Good shit today, Cuzzo. Any final thoughts?
Perfect.
Appreciate the conversation. Like I said, you know me, I'm always in the chat and have some issues and shit, but I'm back doing good and better. Appreciate all y'all. And just keep up the good work, bro. Appreciate it.
You already. Tyson.
Perfect.
Any final
Hey,
thoughts,
man,
brother?
just I ain't got much on it, man. Just stay safe out here. Everybody stay blessed, man. That's all I got.
Indeed. That's a fact, though. Rockstar.
Yeah, man. I just want to thank you again for blessing me to be on the show. Shout out to everybody on the panel. Also, I did email you too, so check email. I left my number.
Yo, I got it. When you coming down here?
I should be down there in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most high willing, I'll be here, man. When can they find you going live? You been bullshitting.
Oh man, Mondays and Wednesdays, man. 8 p.m. Central at my mama's house, man. Mama always cooking. Hey, y'all welcome to come get some food.
That's for sure, man. Sneak that at my mama's house, man. Cheap.
Perfect. Yeah, y'all not gonna like me. I'm always be the one that's balanced. Try to make sure you conservative fucks and you liberal fucks get right. Get right. Back straight.
Mr. Fantastic. What the hell?
Ideological subversion is the slow process which we call either ideological subversion or active measures or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. This is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism. The demoralization process in the United States is basically completed already. Most of it is done by Americans to Americans, thanks to lack of moral standards.
You on mute?
Hey, this came out in 1983, and he told you it only take 20 years. So just do the math.
Aaron.
He used a Russian KGB operative. Of all your sources, you use the KGB operative. Dude. Come on, bro.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Yeah. To all of you licensed motorists, if there's a human being standing off the bow of your vehicle, do not depress the gas pedal. To all of you licensed firearm owners, if someone has aimed their vehicle at you and has depressed the gas pedal, discharge 2 rounds center mass. Then move out of the way if you want to live.
They better have bond money because they ain't the police. They going to jail.
I'd rather be judged by 12. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. You understand?
Hamp, you got a fight coming up?
Yeah.
When is it?
February 28th.
Where's
And what you boxing in tonight?
Las Vegas. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to pull up.
Boxing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, man, when I get with you, man, I might have to either I can come to your gym, stop by and visit it. I can visit yours.
Yeah, 100%. I work out in what the fuck? What's the proper Magnolia? My bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't let that nigga lie to you and tell you Houston, you're gonna drive an hour and a half away. Don't let him do that.
That ain't in Houston. Look, I'm sitting there. Damn, I don't know where Magnolia
is. What's the popular over there?
Magnolia is what 288, right?
I think so. 19. I'm not that good with the numbers, but I'm all farm. It's all farm to market.
45.
Yeah, 45 more so. So I live in Spring.
See, I used to stay in Spring before I moved out here.
Yeah. So it take me about 25 minutes to get to my gym. So from Houston, you gotta go. Tomball is the popular, like this Tomball like that side. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Tomball built up now. Now when I'm out there, I'm at the gym I used to formerly co-own with former MMA fighter Mike, Rise Boxing Gym and MMA.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on the east side, East Houston.
Okay.
Is Blessings anywhere near that?
Who?
Huh?
I think it's called Blessings. Like Blessings, Texas?
No.
Blessings, yeah.
No, I don't know Blessings. Yo, man, great show. I gotta explore that topic, the first topic with the ladies. Like a woman in her social media, like how does that pan out as it pertains to relationships? I really got to get their 2 cents on that, you know? So I want to dive into that. So we'll do that on Tuesday in the Women's POV. I appreciate the edification from y'all with these topics that are a little bit more political in nature. I like how y'all provide that information so I can make an honest assessment based on the edification that I received from y'all. So it's greatly appreciated. That white lady, man, I could just see Karen thinking my shit don't stink. And when I see that, man, it just
Y'all going ahead.
And
ugly face death.
And we've
ugly
seen
face death.
We saw Walter Scott get shot in the back. You know, we've seen a whole lot of cases. And I just see the what's that shit they got where they shit don't stink? What's the proper word? Where they act like they shit don't stink. What's the proper word?
Conceited?
Huh?
Conceited?
Arrogance.
The arrogance, all of that.
The gall, the gumption,
yeah. The unmitigated gall,
unmitigated gall, yep.
Entitlement, that's what I was looking for.
Entitlement, facts.
Yeah.
You know, because when we look at that, our first thought is she wilding.
Facts.
You know, we can get into the minutia of the what's right. We look like you wilding, especially with the ICE agents who we know don't have none of that community training, none of that shit. They out there to do a job based on the job they used to do. And from what I gather, these are agents and former personnel. Am I right? Military
for the most part.
So when I'm dealing with them, I'm dealing with them in that capacity. I'm not looking at them like a local police officer. You put yourself in harm's way dealing with those men. It's mostly men, from what I saw, are all men, and trying to understand their mindset. You hoping they thinking like a civilian, but he see that car as whatever he saw it as, based on wherever he was or whatever he been subject to. The things that Aaron been subject to make him see a car coming at him differently than you do. And for you to think that he's supposed to see it how you see it, is how you get so
Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And we out.
Yeah. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. Let's go. This might be risky. No, I love you, bro. I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP. It's time to start the show. Salute.